This episode of PTG is brought to you by HK Army. HK is an industry leader in high-quality paintball gear, accessories, and lifestyle apparel that was founded in 2007. And we have a tremendous opportunity for you all to be geared up on every level with HK Army custom team gear. Whether you're on the paintball field or in the airsoft arena, take your game to the next level by using code PTG to get 50% off your custom gear design fee. And I don't think y'all heard me out there. That is 50% off, and you will be able to collaborate with a seasoned designer to create custom branded HK Army jerseys, long sleeves, t-shirts, pants, gloves, or headbands for your team with no minimum order quantity. Head on over to hkarmy.com/custom and use code PTG for 50% off on your team's custom gear design fee right now. Let's go. Thank you, HK Army, for everything you do in paintball, in airsoft, and in so many people's lives. We love you. Go check them out. This episode is brought to you by Lone Wolf Paintball. They are an amazing online supplier and have been around since the beginning of the game as Michigan's premier paintball field and paintball supplier since 1987. They are rapidly expanding into the online retail space and supplying everything you need to be the best paintball player you can be. They have got it all. Head over to lonewolfpaintball.com and shop all of your favorite brands. And they also boast amazing customer service and will have this out to you with same-day shipping, which is amazing. It's always nice to know that your stuff is on its way immediately so you can start to use it that very next weekend of play. Check out their YouTube, Lone Wolf Paintball, and their Instagram at Lone Wolf PB, and stay up to date with all of their deals and sales. Play the Game podcast is immensely honored to have them on board, and we cannot wait for you guys to check out lonewolfpaintball.com and become a part of their community. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for the tremendous support with the PTG show. If you are enjoying these episodes and want to help with the progress and development of this program and connect with like-minded, hungry paintball players, then head on over to ptgpodcast.com, click the orange Patreon link, and become a member of the PTG World Discord chat room. And now back to the show.
What's going on, PTG Nation? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the first episode after the holiday season where we got rid of the Christmas tree. So sad. You can see in the background right now, I'm pretty bummed about it. Got to wait 11 whole months until that tree is back, or, 10 and a half, but who's counting? This episode is an absolute banger. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. It's Harris Hussain and the banter back and forth. Oh, my goodness. That guy makes me smile, makes me laugh. What a hilarious individual. Anytime you see Harris or could have him around, it's a good time. So we had a lot of fun on this one, and we think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Without further ado, we're going to hop in the show.
That was an insane inside move by Marcelo Margot. Great communication.
And the crowd starts chanting Harmon.
Great shot by all the guys. So Tyler Harmon saved that game.
He came out with 2 wins. Marcelo Margot was on fire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the man of the hour, Harris Hussain, one of the new owners of the Miami Kings, one of the flashiest new names in the pro division. Really excited to sit down and talk with you, man. You've been an electric player and personality in the game for a while, so thank you for taking some time to join us. And hopefully it doesn't break the whole situation here. Hopefully we don't have to get a new computer after this episode. For all the new listeners, go back to our last episode with Harris. Towards the end, it was pretty damn funny. We had a whole situation, spilled drink all over the laptop, but we upgraded PTG since then. So on behalf of Play the Game podcast, we want to thank you.
Yeah, dude, thank you.
Yeah, we've got like all new stuff.
This is what happens when you talk smack to me. Karma comes. I warned you the entire episode. Yo, your cup is bootleg, is leaking, and you go nah, and then next thing you know,
it wasn't it this cup. This is the same cup. It's the same cup.
Are you about to put the cup near that stuff again?
It's the same cup, bro. That was an anomaly, dude. I don't know what the hell happened that day. I think it's like this cord got caught, but
now we got a hover system. He's got a fully hoverboard system over there, where it doesn't even touch the desk anymore.
He's talking smack to me the entire episode, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you got it. If you have not seen that episode, head on back.
But you weren't talking any smack, bro. None of the smack I was talking was warranted. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and you sound way better. Whatever that Bojangle ass microphone you had or phone was the worst
Yo, yeah,
audio
he's
we've
talking to
ever
you.
had
He's talking to you,
in the
Harris.
history
No.
of the show.
I didn't have anything in.
Yeah, you were calling
was-
in on like Boost Mobile, bro.
You told
Dude.
me, yo, you sent me to play the game Cricket wireless headphones. Like, yo, I'm gonna send this to you. I was like, okay, bet. This is what
Hey,
you
shout
sent
out
me.
to Cricket one time. They're solid.
Is cricket still a thing? I remember
Yes,
in
no.
like
It's still
in
a
like
thing,
early
dude.
high school days,
Yeah.
cricket came out. And it was like, if you had it, you better not admit you had it. It's okay if like that's what you
Like,
had,
wearing
you
New
know,
Balances,
but
bro.
just don't, bro. New Balances. Haven't you seen the commercials they got now? Like right now, it's not we got next. It's not thing of the past. We got now. You see Taylor Swift rocking them 550s, sold out. Boom,
Woo!
sold out. I know you ain't a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so you don't get it, but it is what it is. You don't like winning.
You were gonna send him some shoes, weren't
No,
you?
that was Pat PK.
No,
that was
they
PK.
sent me. They
PK.
sent me
It's
like
PK.
10 pairs from New Balance.
And that reminds, I still owe PK a pair of shoes, bro. That actually makes me mad because I make good on my word, and I did not send
There we
PK
go.
shoes.
PK, you know I got you, kid.
Damn it, bro.
And
That
your
bothers
boy,
me.
you might as well jot him down for one too. You know he wants some
Yo,
of those.
Pat's a size 11 if you need to know.
All right, there we
Only
go.
reason I know is because you
What?
always steal my brand new cleats, bro.
You take
Every
Pat
time I
shoe
get-
shopping?
No, bro. I
Is
get
that your guys' relationship?
No,
You take
bro,
him shoe
I did.
shopping?
I would buy 2 pairs of cleats.
That
and
was
at the
your
end of the year,
relationship.
He'd go into my bag and take every year. He'd take a brand new pair.
That was your
He needed the
relation.
same
You would
stuff.
buy. You would take Pat shoe shopping. All right, interesting.
But-
Breaking development here on Play the Game podcast.
We know. And how much do you miss him? I mean, the dude is an all-star. He's been crushing it
Oh.
recently.
That's my dog. Yeah, that's my dog.
Yeah.
No, that's my dog for life. That's our relationship is past paintball. Kind of
Yep.
like you and Marcelo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Mhm.
Tyler, you went to another stratosphere of paintball, and Marcelo's like that little guy, just like, hey, look,
Hey,
what about me?
oh man.
Well, I don't know,
Yeah,
dude. Marcelo's been pretty damn dominant out there. He's
I should have
looking good.
wore a different hat for that statement. Shit.
Yeah, you should go hug Greenspan for that statement.
Yeah. Greenspan
Oh,
doesn't give hugs. I don't know if you've ever tried to give him a hug. He doesn't do hugs. He's like really awkward with hugs. You give him,
I
you
know
go in
he
for like a hug, and he's like, "Oh, high five."
All right,
Wow,
everybody.
hey,
When
Ryan,
you
I'm
see
trying to
him,
be a hug, bro.
yeah, when you see him,
Give
go
him
in
a
for
hug.
the real
Give
deal.
Ryan a
Hugs all
big
day.
hug.
Bro, you know
Big
what
hug.
though?
The only
Let's
time
do
the only-
National Hug Day for Greenspan in Vegas.
I
Let's do
love that.
Friday. Everybody
that'd
that
be
sees
sick.
this episode on Friday, everyone go. When you see Greenspan, you go hug him on Friday.
that's
That'd be-
gold, bro. He's gonna be so confused. The only time you ever get a hug from him is like after a win. Literally, like after a win, he'll come in and embrace with a big hug. I'm like, oh, there's some emotion in there. Nice.
You guys must not hug a lot then, huh?
Yeah. Come on, man. You obviously don't watch paintball. It shows. It shows.
Yeah.
So, hey, for everybody who's tuning in, where are you at right now? Let them know what's going on and what's going on in your world. I know it's the new year, 2024. You got a new
Yeah.
team. You're doing big things. So, talk to us about what's going on.
Yeah, so no, like, well, when I left last year, you know, I left the NYX. You know, I was like, kind of like in that weird in between.
You left or you got cut?
No, I left.
Okay,
Nah,
all right. Just
yeah,
well,
nah.
good. I wanted to clear that up here on the show. All right.
No,
cool.
I left. Yeah, like it was a difference of opinion between me, Bo, and the coaches type of thing. Like, you know, he wanted to do things a certain way. I was like, yo, it's fine. It's not. I mean, we were actually going uphill. Like, if you looked at our statistics, like even before, people were like, oh, you left and NYX was doing well. I'm like, no, that's not what it was. If you look at where we were at, like when we went to Chicago that year, and actually Sacramento, we did really well. We just lost X Factor by 1 in that minor event. Go to Chicago, we make a Sunday, we do really well. I think we got 6th that event or 7th that event. Then we go to World Cup, got a 6. And then, you know, obviously they carried on to next year, but I had left because it was just a difference of opinion, bro. So, you
The
know,
momentum was in that direction. I agree. I think I even said that on the show back then. The momentum was already in the right direction. It wasn't like you left and that's what instantly made the team better. In my opinion, you know, other people might have a difference of opinion. I don't know,
it's
but
fine. Everyone's got an
you know, it's
opinion.
what it
bro.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you get mad penalties. I'm like, bro, if you look, and like I think it was a Chicago.
You're not alive long enough to get penalties, dog. You got to be.
This guy, bro. Well, I get it, bro. You be hiding in the back screaming Dynasty.
Bro, it's like watching you try to play and hide in the same bunker I play in is so funny because you like eat the bunker, you know?
Yeah, because I be shooting people while you're hiding.
I'd be shooting people.
So I mean, bro, I think they got actually. Bo told me I was talking to because me and Bo and people always ask that question, like, "Yo, like, how are
Shout
you
out to
in
Bo.
relationship?" And I'm
Shout
like,
out to
"Bro,
Bo.
that's my brother. We've been best friends forever,
Yeah,
and that will never change. Like, we're way past people in our relationship. Like, and I'm cool with all the dudes on the team. So, but like, I think they got 11 penalties. Told me in Chicago. So, like, if people like look at me like I was the guy that got penalties, no, that's not the case. So I'm gonna clear that up because I used to get because you know when you're loud, you're like the loudest in the room. You get a lot, no matter what it is, and it gets escalated. So that's all it was.
Yep. And, you know, I will say when you go out there, you play to win, man. You got passion, you got heart for the game. And people can say what they want. You go out there and I've seen you handle business. You know what I mean? Like when it's crunch time, when the time's going down, the points need to get scored, you'll make moves to get the job done. So just keep pressing. And, you know, you come into this new camp now. You're with the Miami Kings, right? You guys changed the name.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Like the whole name change and all that kind of stuff.
So I went and I hopped on the Russians, you know, for a couple events, and they weren't showing me love. I was playing really well at the practices, but they just weren't showing me love during the tournament. So I felt like, all right, well, I'm kind of like wasting my time. Like I'm not like trying to be a bench rider type of thing. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went and played with FSU. I helped them like make a Sunday, you know what I mean? Like we did well. We had a good, you know, decent year. And then I was like, okay, like at the end of the year, I'm like, okay, cool. I need to like kind of get back to where I was at. Like, you know, I own my own businesses. I do my own thing. I'm a boss in my aspect outside of paintball life. And that's kind of where I kind of want to get back to. And me and Charlie have been really good friends. And Kyle Berry's like my little brother. So when I called Charlie, I was like, Charlie, like, yo, let's try to make this work. Because he kind of was like trying to maybe even sell the spot. And, you know, originally he was thinking about selling to maybe like Todd Adamson at the time.
Yeah.
And that
there was a lot of
news
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I can tell you exactly what happened there because I was in the whole conversation the entire time. So, like, you know, like Charlie was like, okay, well, I kind of explained like, hey, Charlie, like, you know, we can make this work where you're 50%. So Charlie will be a 50% owner throughout this year. And then at the end of the year, I would buy him out 100%. And he's like, and I'll just like, Charlie's like, you can do whatever you want. But in all reality, I don't want Charlie to go anywhere. That's like my, you know, like honestly, he's a good friend of mine. So even at the end of the year, whatever happens, he's still going to be part of our organization and our coach. And like, cool. I love the guy to death. So like,
Charlie's awesome, man. Yeah,
no, he's
got to spend a lot of time with Charlie in 2019.
It would be like hell would have to freeze over before I tell Charlie like, okay, Charlie, like, well, thanks. This is my team now, and you're done. Like, I would
time out.
Yeah,
is that you, rookie? Come on.
Nah, that wasn't me.
Act like you've been here before, bro.
All right, so then you know we called them, and I said, Charlie, like, let's try to make the numbers work. We made the numbers work. Everything kind of made sense. And then we were like, okay, well, let's go down the list now, Charlie, because now that, you know, if we're gonna do this, we should change a couple things. Because in all reality, like, I asked him, I was like, well, how much money did y'all make off of like, you know, your product and stuff like that? And it was terrible, bro. Like, it was terrible.
Oh, so it's about to be through the roof.
Oh, dude, and I'm about to hit you with the Johnny Manziel, baby. You want to hit some of these right here.
The Miami brand.
You are like the Johnny Manziel player, dude. All the talent and just completely blows it.
That's right, dude. You're like just gonna be wearing your fire New Balances on, okay?
Bro, I was wearing these fire, like I said, them 550s, bro. They're no joke.
No. Set them on fire. They
are no joke. No, they are fire. They are so on fire that they might set on fire. So I ain't even gonna have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got now.
Yo,
now. You seen the commercials?
Stop.
We got now.
Stop it. Stop. Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
And we got to show love to our boy Dave.
Yo, right? Yeah, let's go, Dave Cheney.
Who's Dave? I don't know what that is.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Who's Dave? He is the reason Under Armour was ever even involved in paintball. Then he did go and work with Red Bull. That's why you saw Red Bull around for a little bit. And he's been with New Balance now for a few years, and he loves paintball.
Really? Send me his link. Send me his link.
I'll also send it with a clip of all the shit you talk about New Balance.
There we go.
Doesn't matter, bro. I still show love.
I know. I'm just playing. Yeah. But no, he's a massive bright spot for the sport because I didn't know that. He's integrated with a legitimate, you know, top dog company that they sponsor, you know, some of the highest profile athletes. And they're interested in paintball, you know, and that's why you've seen the splash of New Balance in paintball last couple of seasons.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he only hooks up the winners though. So Harris, maybe you haven't gotten your box yet, but I could probably send you some extras of mine. You said size 11, right?
Get away from me, dude.
Ice cold, just nonstop, rapid reload.
Yeah,
don't start it.
Rapid reload,
bro. Just what did you just do?
There's plenty more of that this show.
He's running a racket.
What is that? Do you have an actual drum thing?
I have it all, bro.
He has a drum set next to his. Yeah, he's got a drum set right here. He's on it. You didn't know we had a drum set on the show?
Oh
my
the
God.
bootleg Travis Barker. All right, cool.
Come on, bro. Travis Barker. Is that the only drummer you know these days?
Stick with the
Yeah,
beat.
that's what all I know.
Yeah, that's fair. Me too, I think.
So yeah, but so like we call anyway, like so we called Charlie, you know, and then I said to him, I said, Charlie, like, let's like try to do some rebranding and stuff like that. So, you know, we worked it out and I said, well, where can we go? So a couple option ones were like, I'm an OG too. Like I respect the OG. So I was like, all right, well, how about this? How about if I do like New York Ground Zero? So I'm like, okay, that's an option. So that was one. That was one, right?
Hot.
That was one. So then I said, all right, well, what? So I got like my favorite paintball player of all time is Chris Lasoya. So I'm like,
all right, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
That's my dog, bro. Every time I see him, I do this. I'm like, yo,
Preach.
go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, and people, if you don't know, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Facts. If you weren't around during that time, you
don't know.
simply don't understand.
just
But
don't
watching
know.
him play live, like in that era and the shit he pulled off, and then you hear people like Oliver Lang talk about how much of an inspiration Lasoya was to him. You know what I mean? Like that's telling.
Oh no, and when I see Ali, I call him the GOAT too. So like every time I don't even call Ali. I say GOAT, what up, GOAT? Because he's the GOAT, right? You know, and then Lasoya is the GOAT. So I just that's my respect to people. So that's just if you get it, you get it. That's what it is.
I'm with you.
You know, that's why Marcel calls me the GOAT. Anyway, that's not the point. So
hey, you did sign up for GOAT Squad, and we're super appreciative of that, brother. Becoming a part of the Patreon, joining the GOAT Squad. We'll see you in the meetings. The monthly meetings are crazy.
No, monthly meetings are nuts, bro.
Yeah.
So crazy.
So then I was
You're
like,
a lifetime. Hey, if you ever want to get in the chat, you got lifetime. So we'll get you in
slide me in whenever. Just let me know when you're on.
You already
I'll
know.
come in. Yeah,
for sure.
I'll come in. So then I was like, bro, I'm like, well, fuck. I'm like, what could I do? I'm like, all right, well, how about Miami Effect? Because Miami is a hub.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been sick too.
I know, bro. I know. And so like, I'm like, okay, cool. So then I'm kind of like going down, and then I was kind of doing some talks with people. I'm like, oh, well, so I called Rosie, first spot. I called, and another one actually was Miami Rage. So I was like, yo, they've been in it for a minute.
They're still around a little bit.
No, they weren't around. They weren't around.
No, they're still around. They play 10-mans. They're like that name still Art's around. They still
Art's around. So what did I do? First thing I do, who I call Art. I'm like, yo, Art, what's up, bro? This is Harris. You know, I'm gonna buy this team, and you know,
he said no shot. You got no shot.
Actually, Art was like, well, actually, Art said that they're actually gonna be playing this year, like NXL, not 10-man.
Oh, sick.
So,
Hell yeah.
I bet. So there's one off the checklist stuff, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. So then I called Rosie. I was like, Rosie, what up, big dog? And Rosie's known me since I was 10. Like I used to play down in Newburgh when those dudes used to play. And he was like, yeah, bro. He's like, no problem. You want to take that name? Take it. Go ahead. Like, I know what you're going to do. So I said, all right, cool. So that was an option. So then I'm like, all right, Miami Effect. What the fuck do I call for that? So what do? I call Lux. I was like, yo, who the fuck owns this goddamn thing? Yo, can I swear on here?
Go ahead. You know,
go ahead, brother. I mean, yeah, you're a little too deep now, you know. Try to swim out of those waters, buddy.
Fuck it. Oh man.
Where you get your one-liners from? Try to swim out those waters, buddy.
I'll be here all day, dude. For the next hour and a half, you got to deal with me. So, kind of, you know, it's the same thing as when we play each other. I'm here. You know, I'm gonna be here.
I swear to you, bro.
I'm gonna be here.
T-shirt that says, "Where to swim out of those waters, buddy?"
I like it. Please do. Please do. Let's go. We got merch. We got merch coming. We play the game by Harris Hussain. 2 R's for everybody out there. 2 R's.
Yo, at least you can spell my name right. You know what I mean?
Yo, YS.
Yeah, bro. So then I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? So then I talked to Charlie. Charlie's like, hey, listen, man. And Charlie was like, hey, bro, like, the Kings is my baby. I don't really want to change everything up. Like, what do you think? I'm like, all right. Okay. I respect the man's too. I said,
I like it too. I like it.
I think Miami Kings is the best name, actually. I like paying homage to the old school teams and maybe bringing that back. But actually, this is even doper and more fitting. It's like a new splash on the scene, vibrant, fresh start. I like everything about it.
Yeah, and we actually changed the colors up. We're not the burgundy and black no more. So,
what were you, pink and black?
What are you guys doing? What color are we going with?
It's for sure neon pink and teal. Like, how could you be the Miami Kings and not be?
So what did you say? Swim out the waters? What did you say before?
I don't know, man. I moved on. I know you lived in the past, but like I said,
that neon.
We got now
that neon pink with that teal neon blue.
No, but you can't do pink because the shells is pink this year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
yeah.
Oh, the fill is going to be pink. The shell's going to be yellow.
The shell's going to be pink.
No.
Okay, so shell's pink and the fill's yellow. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
so I don't see why. So I don't see why it would be a protected color.
It probably wouldn't be. And honestly, I might even throw that in for an event just to have.
No way, because when I roll out to snap shoot at you and I'm shooting pink paint at your pink jersey and I can't, what if it blends in or whatever and then it throws off the shot?
I don't. That's
right?
gonna be a.
You can't have
That's
two
a-
protected colors. That's a
Trojan-
lot.
That's
You
a
can't have
Trojan.
two? That's
That's a
true.
Trojan question. Bro.
I mean,
That's
the ball should be yellow ball, yellow shell.
Bro,
They
you know what?
did
That
the
is
NFL Pro
the smallest
Pink.
thing I've heard you say since I've ever talked to you.
Yeah, I know.
The
You
ball
don't listen
should
when we
be
talk.
yellow.
That's why. That's the problem. You don't listen. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth, and you like to talk twice as much as you listen. It's crazy.
I'm sorry. Who's got the podcast? Me or you?
You're on it. You're on it, buddy. You've been begging to come on for months. You're like, hey, yo, Solo, can we get on next Tuesday? I'm like, bro, we're busy, dog. We're busy.
The CEO of the podcast. I said, yo, let me talk to CEO Marcelo. I don't want to talk to the butler of the podcast.
Hold on.
I don't care. Hey, go
This
ahead.
guy is publicly calling the show the Marcelo Podcast. That's what he did.
I'm not
going
gonna,
on the.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I've been cranking like 60 nowadays. Right now, it's been a rough.
I'm proud of you. Let me be the first to say, let's get it,
bro. I'm
Let's
tired,
go.
bro. So you know what I'm saying.
Hey, you're working.
Doing what? What are you hustling?
I build houses.
Okay, like you
I'm a builder.
personally.
Got to manage it, or
I
you
can't imagine you with a hammer.
you build them.
I'm the
He's
boss.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm saying.
You know
I was
what
like,
I'm
you
saying?
personally. All right, no. All right, all right,
He said.
all right,
he
all
said,
right.
Hold
You
up.
got a developer. All right.
Don't count my body count now.
All right.
On the baseball field.
So here, I want to hear more about this because there's a lot to talk about here. Because it translates, right? You work hard in certain areas of your life, it translates into others. So how did this all start out for you, building houses and being in that industry?
No, bro. So, honestly, bro, if you want, I was always like a hustler as like a kid. Like, so my long story short, my pops came to this country with like $100 to his name. All right. He worked hard to own his first business. Then,
Yeah.
And after that, he like worked hard. Like, bro, we lived in like the most ghettoest apartments possible. And then from that, it just kind of showed me that respect the dollar and work hard. Like, that's what he taught me. Right.
Mm.
So I just kind of transitioned that into real life. So then like when I was like 10 years old, I'm working at this ghetto gas station in the hood with these crackheads around, ringing these dudes out. And then like it teaches you like, okay, like this is where, this is how it is. And he worked hard and he showed me how to work hard to do that stuff. So because of that, I was able to like, I worked hard my entire life to get where I'm at now. And, so like when I was in high school, bro, I was selling iPods. When I was in college, I started.
Hold up. Where were you getting these iPods?
Don't worry about that.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Hold on. What kind of criminal activity were you part of?
No, bro.
Selling iPods?
No. I'm not a thief, bro. I don't do none of that. Dudes will come up to me and be like, "Yo, I need."
I stole this iPod.
These were the iPods apostrophe S. They had it apostrophe S, completely different.
Okay.
Yeah. So, bro,
Alibaba.
Always hustling, bro. Like I was selling whatever we could. And then we got into college. I started buying cars, driving towards the city. I would buy some cars, buy them, drive them for a little bit, come back, slang them, make some extra money on the profit. So then it just always carried. So then I started working, bought my first house, bought my second, third, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And
hustlers are going to hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So my mindset's always like, I don't like to just kind of sit still. So that's where I could be like, I'm not bragging, nothing. I could retire now, but that's not my life. And like, that's not my goal in life. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not really where my mindset is. I always like to keep moving forward day by day. So if I can do that, I'm cool.
Well, it's exciting, man. You just bought a pro team. You're part owner of a professional organization now. What are some of the dreams and aspirations that you have moving forward with this acquisition? Yeah.
So before the New York Hussain was mine, Bo, and my brother's, right? And then when I kind of stepped away, I was like, okay, cool. Like, let me just kind of, I needed to kind of figure out what I was going to do. And I did that. Like, I played for somebody again, and I was like, oh man, I'm like, no, this is not really like it for me. This is not what I'm trying to do. Like, I need to go back to kind of owning my own team. So I just was like, cool. And then now I have the opportunity to. I'm playing with one of Lily, like my best friends, and Kyle Berry, and and Charlie's such a good dude. And honestly, like we're trying to take this team to the top, and that's kind of our goal right now. And so when I came in, there were some things that some of the players had said to me, like there were some frustrations about how some of the things with the team was, and I can bring some organization. I helped bring a lot of sponsorship to the team, and so and it just kind of everything kind of set in place, right? Like everything was kind of somehow found its way into working, right? And my goal is to try to beat Dynasty and Heat to catching the dub because Kings was right there, but they were just missing some pieces. And they just needed a little bit more, right? And they kind of needed them closeout. So that's kind of what I'm here to do.
Losing Connor Kelly, I think, was such a massive hit for them. And the way that kid developed in the last year with Heat is incredible. I think that's the role that needs to be filled on the team. What are your plans for filling that spot?
So pretty much how we're going to do it is, and I talked to Charlie about this too. And I was like, what I'd like to do is we're going to because Kyle has a lot of pressure on him, right? Like he's trying to run everything. He's kind of like the voice. And he just needed another quarterback. And so that's what I'm here to do is to help be another quarterback to kind of help, fill that shoe and help kind of, point these guys in the right direction of where we got to go. And, hopefully the young boys will be able to go and get those kills. And if they can't, then, then I'll just go do what I got to do and help the team hopefully win something. That's, like our job isn't for me to do it. It's for the team to do it. And that's the one thing I've kind of realized, like the longer I've played, it's like, okay, I don't need to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of realize, okay, like just chill out a little bit and just, like let them kind of do what they got to do. So,
Team
kind of like,
paintball.
and it's kind of one of those things you get more from like, I don't know, longevity, playing more, all that stuff, because there was a lot of pressure, like for me, when I played with Extreme or anybody else, I was always like trying to be the guy to like close out these points, win these fucking points, put the team on your back. And then when you get onto like, these higher brand teams, you're like, okay, like, well, what do you need to do? Like, you don't have to do as much, right? Doing less is doing more type of thing. So that's kind of my goal with these guys, and just to honestly make them feel more like a family, because I kind of bring like that family atmosphere too. Because if you're with me, I'm gonna ride with you till the end. If you got my back. So, and if you don't, then
see you later.
Yeah.
And it's all in the moment, right? There's all these different situations that play out in a paintball game, and it's making the right choices at the right times. And that's how you're going to be the most effective and have great team paintball. And there's no replacing Connor Kelly. I mean, that kid is an absolute dog. Super grateful to have him in the Heat camp. And it must be like a huge heartbreak that Kyle Berry's going to Aftershock. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yo, they tried to get him.
Damn.
I'm
just joking, but what's going on?
I'm not joking. I mean, oh yeah, that was proper timing.
Is that like a button, or do you actually have an actual drum in your house?
No, he's drumming.
Drum right
he's
there, dog. What are you talking
drums,
about?
You legit have a drum at your crib.
Yeah. Like I have a foot drum, so my left foot hits the first bump, and then to
hit it right now.
Hit that. Yep. Hit that. Yeah. Let him know. One time.
Yeah. Yo, you were the goofiest person I ever met in my entire life.
Thanks, man. Thank
you.
I
love it. Yo, you know what though? Every time I see Marcelo, I swear to God, he sees me from like 100 yards out, and he just starts smiling, and I start smiling. Like, here we go.
This is facts. This is facts.
Good energy.
It's a pleasure, man. It is good energy. I do love seeing you. It's always. I know it's always going to be about 10 or 15 minutes filled with some time I could never get back. It's going to be some bullshit, some good laughs.
Yeah.
And whoa.
What happened? What do we got?
Thank God I had that muted, but I got a FaceTime call.
I thought your drums broke.
It popped up on the whole screen, but I had it muted so you guys couldn't see it. But in my headphones, it was lit. Now I lost the screen. All right,
there we go.
See what happens.
No, we did lose. So listen, we lost Connor Kelly, and he's a beast. But I filled his shoes, and you just don't know about him yet. That's the thing.
All right,
his name is Jackson Blue, young boy, just like Connor. That boy's nice.
The name sounds familiar.
How old is he?
21.
21, Jackson. Okay.
21, 22, somewhere in that, like 23. He's a young boy. And, bro, he's nasty. He's nasty.
And he's from the Florida area, grew up out there?
Right there, bro. He's right there. He played with Connor growing up, I think, too. So you're going to see him coming up. He's nice. I got my boy, and y'all don't even know about him. He was on the team last year, but they just weren't giving the kid enough spins. I'm like, bro, why aren't you guys playing this guy? This guy's unbelievable. He's nasty. His name is Josh Calera. He's nasty, snake player. So he's going to be over there too. And you're going to see, like, we're going to do a nice little rotation of keeping my front guys fresh and keeping y'all guessing a little bit more too.
So both of them are going to be on the roster for the 2024 season.
Yes. Yeah. So we're only having an 8-man roster. So going down our roster this year, and this is how we're doing it.
You take up 2 spots.
So
you gotta stop, man.
Yeah, your drum's gonna set on fire. You didn't learn your lesson from last podcast, didn't you?
I don't know. I'm sorry. It was a legitimate question. I was curious. I know you could play all the spots, so you figured you're gonna try to play 2 at once, but
That's when I probably wasn't feel like playing against me because you got all these guns shooting at you.
It does, bro. You're everywhere out there, man. You're everywhere.
So it'll be Josh Galera, Carter, Kyle Berry, myself, Jose from Puerto Rico.
Navarro?
Yep, Navarro. Yep.
You don't even know your
Jackson
teammates'
Blue,
names, bro.
John Peterson, and Elias Rodriguez. So that'll be our 8. Oh, and Elias, that boy's nasty too. Y'all don't even know.
Elias is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be our roster, and I think with a nice tight roster like that, bro, we're gonna have some.
And you guys have been already getting together, training. What's the off season been looking like?
Yep. So we actually played 2 weekends ago, and then we have a big scrimmage coming up with the Revo in a couple weekends, and then on the first layout weekend we're scrimmaging the Canes in Louisiana, and then so we got some. And honestly, that was another thing too when I came on was they just they weren't practicing the right teams that they should be, and what it comes down to too is like a lot of pro dudes like weren't showing them love. And just because it's the Kings now, we don't want to play them, right? Like, and some dudes just weren't showing them love, and they just like, bro, these guys are good, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're good, bro, and they just need a little bit more, just need to put a little respect on their name. So,
and they're hungry too, and that's one thing that always sticks out to me is just work ethic, and I can tell that a lot of the members of the team have the work ethic to just go out there and play, just play, run around, do even if whatever you can do to help yourself be a better player, they have that work ethic to do those things.
Yeah, and that's just what it comes down to, bro. And some of these dudes are out there, every weekend grinding, and you got, and it's not like, you have a lot of guys in the pro industry. They don't even play at layout weekends. They don't pick up a paintball gun. A lot of these dudes don't pick up a paintball gun unless it's layout weekend. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes. And
there's something to be said about that too, because you can work as hard as you want, but you also have to be really smart. Like you have to be a really smart paintball player, and that's something that takes a lot of experience. And you can fast track it by having like insider info and get the fast track on it. But if you don't have people like such as yourself with depth, people that come in and really fast track things, it could be a lot longer road.
And that's what it is, bro. And the one thing that I'm there to do into these young boys is to instill confidence in them. It's huge, bro. Because paintball is all mental. Like, bro, and the one thing I learned when I went and played with like FSU last year, right? For those 3 events, these guys just didn't feel like they could win. I'm like, guys, y'all look good. So all you need is a little push and some confidence in you. And then, bro, next thing you know, first event, we make a Sunday. They were dead last, bro. They were dead last the event before I got there. Dead last. And we got into the top 10. Oh, what changed? Nothing changed. Like, they didn't go and get that Space Jam super juice and come through. Like, no.
Just confidence plays a huge role, man. It really does, because you can't even reach your actual abilities without confidence. So if you don't have that, you're not even playing to the ability that you are capable of, and confidence can push you a little past those capabilities sometimes.
And the thing was, and bro, listen, I've played with coaches, and what they do is they eat your confidence up, right? And that's what you don't need. You don't need a guy over there telling you suck, you ain't doing this, you can't do that. And listen, I'm for all the tough love. I grew up in paintball.
I think you need a little bit. I think you do need some of that, though. Like that's necessary too as a coach.
But 100%. Like I grew up with the hardcore guys where they would literally physically assault you, emotionally beat you up, all that, right? That's why I grew up playing paintball. That's why if you see me, I'm a little raw out there because that's how I grew up playing. And so that's why I was like, but there's a limit to that, because what you can do too is you will destroy that player.
You'll destroy way more players that way than you'll make players. But I personally have always thrived with a coach that's really, really hard on me. I appreciate that though. It's like objective to me. It's not personal. It's about the game. So if you can compartmentalize those feelings, and it's so hard to do, if you can truly compartmentalize them, you can reach
10x
really high. Yeah, you really can.
How many dudes around you though? Okay?
No, not many.
How many dudes around you have you probably know that you've played up growing with that these coaches have eaten apart that have never come back?
Yeah, 100%. It's right? Everybody cannot deal with it.
And dudes, I'm sure some of these dudes could have been even better than you.
Maybe,
right? But you'll never know because of that.
Maybe.
And so what my job is I'm very limited in Florida. I only have a certain amount of players I could go to in Florida and say, okay, we need to practice every weekend. And if I go in and I just absolutely hound these guys,
you can't do that. No,
bro. No, it's not going to work for them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I need to come in and I need to build these young boys up and let somebody else on the team be the bad guy, right? There will be a bad guy. Let somebody be the bad guy. My job is to come in, instill confidence in my front players. So this way, when the fucking score is 3-3 and we need a point, they're not going to be pussy and not get the goddamn point for us. They're going to go down the field and do what they got to do to score something for us. You know what I mean? That's what I'm here to do. That's my job. And if they can't do it, then I'll get in a snake and I'll smoke Marcelo. Yeah.
Hey, man, everybody has a chance.
Yeah.
Everybody has a chance.
Hey, boy, look how many times I smoked
Everybody. I don't know. If you keep track, it says a lot more about you than it does me because I don't.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is what we're going to do.
There we go.
I'm just saying, bro.
If I had a stupid
I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive you've clapped me up in a few one-on-ones. I think so. I think it practice at least.
You know, I mean, bro, like, look, paintball is a 50-50 shot at the end of the day. You know
it's not.
It is.
It's
if
not.
If you're playing one-on-one, dog, you got a 50-50 shot of me shooting you or you shooting me.
Nope.
This is how we're going to do this?
He said no.
No?
No.
Are you saying that you have a higher percentage of me shooting you or you shooting me?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that what? Which way?
I'm saying I have a higher percentage chance of shooting you than you do of shooting me.
Marcelo, I would
and I think you have a higher percentage, and I think you have a higher percentage chance of shooting a lot of people than they do of shooting you.
Marcelo,
to say it's 50-50 is crazy.
Action. We got
Marcelo,
action.
I would blow your wig off 9 out of 10 times.
Bro, you hardly beat Oliver when he hadn't picked up a gun for 5 years at our first practice.
I hardly beat.
Yeah, you hardly beat him.
How about this? Oh, you know what?
It was 1-1.
Hold on.
I love it.
You were not there for this, okay?
I love it.
The goat was wearing like a tank top and picked up a gun for the first time. It was literally the first time he's picked up a gun in like 7 years.
Okay. So he goes out there. He blows Yosh Rao off the field, smokes him off the field. This guy hasn't picked up a paintball gun.
It's Oliver Lang, dude. Okay, this guy's a menace. He's a menace on the paintball field.
So guess who goes next? Urena goes next. Blows him off the field. So now I'm sitting.
I don't remember those two things happening, but I mean,
because you were scared, you wouldn't even play him. You were hiding from him. Marcelo was shook.
Pretty clear.
No, Marcelo was so shook. He wanted no piece of that.
So shook.
Didn't even want to.
So scared.
Oh
my God. Can I finish my story, Bacho man? Okay. So then Urena, he blows Urena off the field. Dalton goes out next.
Well, that's why Mikey went to Impact.
Is Dalton a chump?
In one-on-ones, yeah. Dalton will tell you too. Dalton's like, I hate one-on-ones. I'm just gonna bunker 3 of you.
Well, bro.
Dalton's like, I'll just wait. You look the other way. I'm gonna go bunker 3 of you and win the game.
Bro, but he blows Dalton. Yosh Rao, Urena, Dalton. They're not chumps. Ali hasn't picked up a gun in 7 years, and he blows him off the field. Yeah, I went out there.
We were trying to give Oliver confidence, bro. You didn't get the message. You know, he was gonna be playing World Cup with us. He was gonna be playing cup with us. Like, all right, come on. Hey, everybody, look, let the goat shoot you. Just let him have it.
Listen, bro, me and the goat, we had our fun. We a little 1-for-1. You know what I'm saying? We had our fun. So hey, the fact I got to play one-on-one with the goat and put up something on him, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know.
Facts, but we got big action on the table right now between you two. I think we got to get
9 out of 10. I'd make him look stupid.
Oh,
I'd make him look stupid, bro. Listen, Marcelo, you can say what you want, but my snapshot is real.
You have a good snapshot. I'm not saying you don't.
And my IQ is real.
I'm not saying you don't.
So what do you think that you're going to do that's going to blow me out the water?
Well, I think my IQ is way better, and I think my snapshot's way better, and
we could line up with a snapshot right now. I bet you I beat you 10 out of 10 times.
He's the snapshotting phenom.
You bet you'll beat me 10 out of Hold on, are you talking about with a target?
No, me and you will line up.
Me and you? You're betting you'll beat me 10 out of 10 times.
Marcelo, listen.
Name the price.
Listen.
Just leave it there. Name it.
Can I?
Name the price. Just name the price.
Can I give you a little background?
Name the price. I'm actually going to be in Orlando this weekend. I leave Thursday. I'll bring my equipment. I wasn't going to bring it.
I'm not going
to. You'll be there.
I won't
be. You're not going to be there.
It's a weekend after.
You're not going to be there. Yeah.
I'll come to Cali. Yo, we'll do it in Vegas. Let's line up in Vegas.
10 out of 10 times. How much money?
What you want?
You name the price. I'll get a fucking loan. I'll get a fucking home equity line of credit. I don't care. I will call the president of the United States and say I can pay off this country's debt if you let me.
Yo, Marcelo, I don't listen. I think you highly undersize my.
I'm not. It is
you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Hey, listen, there's some chumps out there that you blow out the water, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that.
chumps.
I'm not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not Axel that you know when you smoked him out the snake.
That wasn't a gunfight. That doesn't count. That's not a gunfight.
Yeah, you're right. You
That's not a gunfight.
Like a little baby. You're like,
that's sneaky. That's not a gunfight.
Sneaky.
Gunfight is engaging. I'm telling you, we line up and actually gunfight. You're in for a rude awakening, brother. You are, and we can set it up. We can set it up. You said it here. Listen, I'm gonna 10 say out of 10 times.
Me and Malloy have lined up, okay, and I went toe to toe with the bar, okay, and that's the bar.
He was the bar.
That's what you call it.
Was the bar. You guys call him the bar. Nobody else calls him the bar. That's your guys' nickname for him.
Are you crazy?
It was the bar.
Bro, that's the bar.
He was the bar.
He's damn efficient, man.
Oh, he's nasty. So and his shot is insane. Anyway, I want to hear the story. You shot him 1 out of 10 times?
Nah. I gave him that smoke. I told him what it was.
You defeated him. Is that what you're saying?
I took down the bar, bro. So I'm the bar.
Hold on. What do you mean you took down the bar? Like, explain the situation. Let's go through the situation.
There was no situation. We were lined up. It was a point. I just snapped him out. And I walked off the field. That was it.
That was it, baby. Damn. Yeah, dude. Okay, so
he was probably like rapping, shooting at someone else. Okay,
no.
You were in a gunfight,
bro. Me and him was snapping, and like it was a point, and I'm like, all right, I want some of this. I'm not hyped because Malloy chumps out people all day long.
Yeah, all day.
I'm not being chumped from Malloy
all day.
I said, let's go.
This brings me to my next subject because this is highly entertaining. I mean, it just is. Would you pay for pay-per-view to see one-on-one top pro players and have that be like a part of the NXL or something of that nature, where that was like a subset where they did something like that? Would that be something that you think would be engaging and people would want to tune into?
Bro, after this little back and forth, come on now. How would people not tune in?
And then you have promo where
me kicking your ass the entire pay-per-view is what the hell it would be. If that's what you want people to pay to watch you get your ass kicked all day.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like McGregor in the end of his career, dude. Just keep talking and get to walking.
Bro, I got 20 years left in me. I'm about to show Shane how what's up.
Ooh, Shane. He's coming for the record. I think Shane is holding the record right now for the
Mark
OG.
Johnson's right behind him.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What did we just shift to?
Well, the oldest pro paintball player right now, I think, is Shane Howe. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. He's 52, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Or Alex Martinez, actually.
And still dominant. I mean, Shane is a beast.
Alex Martinez.
He's up there too.
Yeah, Alex as well.
You got
Alex is a beast
too. Yeah.
Martinez, Mark Johnson, Marcelo, and Greenspan is your oldies.
I think I'm younger than you.
How old are you?
33.
Damn, you are younger than me.
Got him.
Still have the world at my fingertips, brother. You're fading and aging and fading.
And we got to bring this up, dude. We got to bring this up. Do you have an Instagram?
No, he still runs the New York Extreme Instagram.
Yo, I still have that password, by the way. So,
shit.
No. So I don't have any social media, but the Kings gave me their social media password. So if you look at the past like 5 posts, I've been kind of getting on there and making.
I love it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just trying to spice up their social media because their social media was a little terrible. So
there's so much opportunity with this rebranding that you guys have done, and I know that wasn't cheap too. I'm sure you have to pay to rebrand and do that whole thing. Is that true, or how did that happen?
So the league charges you about 5 bands if you want like a full name change, all that stuff too. So they hit you with that for like the logos. They say all that stuff too.
Well, the good thing is you didn't miss on the rebranding because you guys did a really good job with the name, and I think that you guys, like from what we've talked about, the vision of the branding is going to be pretty vibrant and fun. Maybe talk to us more about that.
So what we're doing is we're coming in raw. So the thing is, I kind of was held to a cage last year where they were like, "Hey Harris, I don't want you talking smack. I don't want you talking shit. This and the third, bro." And I did. The Russians had asked me like, "Hey, bro, don't do that." So I said, "All right, cool." So I kind of bit my tongue the entire year. FSU,
he's back.
Ryan Gray was really putting me on a chain. He's like, "If you talk shit, I'm gonna bench you." So I said, "All right, bet. This is what he wants me to do. I'm gonna zip it." But this year, ain't no fucking, bro. Bring it out because I've been fiending for a year to say, and bro, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be one of the worst ones. Probably one of the worst years I've.
Oh, get ready, Kings.
I look forward to it. Damn, I'm so bummed we're not in the same bracket.
Why, you want to get your ass kicked the first event out?
Huh?
So you want to get your butt kicked the first event out? That's what you're looking to do?
Oh, come on, dude.
You got nothing for that?
He's texting over there. He's asking Greenspan for a comeback.
No, I'm trying to get this bracket put up on the screen so you could see who's going to send you home.
So it's
All
us, Heat. Actually, Harmon, we're playing you guys. So
Yep.
actually, let me show you
So
something.
that's a loss. Revo, that's a
Yep.
loss.
Revo.
Fit, that's a loss. Uprising, loss. 0-4 in your future.
Oh God, you should thank Archie and Greenspan for carrying you this whole time.
Dude, I thank them all the time for being such excellent teammates and amazing players.
Tyler, I understand why you left. I get it. I get it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
dude.
I get it, bro.
He tried to leave the podcast too. I wouldn't let him.
He's
No.
back.
I'm holding you hostage.
Never. No, never that. Never that.
All right,
I
can
think,
put this up
bro,
here.
that's kind of the big thing this year. I'm really gonna rebrand the hell out of this team to make it, we're just a different group, right? We're that animal. Like if you look like how I'm playing sports like I told my entire life of just playing physical. Like we never don't do that. And like, bro, everyone's always talking shit. If you don't like it, listen, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody's gonna like the shit talking. That's cool, but that's on you.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Perfect for sports, dude. Sports is a different monster. At the end of the day, honestly, what is sports? It's entertainment, right? I mean, people tune in to be entertained by these matches. Us as competitors, we take it very seriously. It's way deeper than that to us. But for everyone that enjoys paintball, they want to be entertained, and you are one of the most entertaining paintball players that has ever touched the grass out there, man. You've been stirring the pot
so. I get a good
your
laugh
whole
every
life.
time I watch.
What you laugh about when I'm shooting in the
Bro,
face?
okay. Hey, let's talk about these brackets. Let's dive back in here. So for all the listeners, we pulled up the graphic from the NXL here on the YouTube. And
That's right. Marcelo's still on dial-up, guys. Anybody wants to know, he's got a phone line plugged into his computer.
Cricket.
Yeah.
That's what you hear every time you tell a joke. Crickets.
We have the crickets. Play those. Don't you got those?
You don't have crickets.
Oh, I do. Which one is it?
Don't do it.
Nope.
There it is.
Oh my God, he did it. You really
We
have
got the
crickets.
crickets. All right. So in Group A, we have Dynasty, X Factor, Russia, Diesel, and Blast Camp.
Yo,
This
I want
is a wild bracket.
okay? I'm not gonna lie. That is one of the hardest brackets
I think it's the toughest bracket, I believe. Maybe not the toughest bracket itself, but like it seems like the most lopsided. Like you look at all the other brackets and it's like it seems easy.
Blast Camp is just
Wild.
welcome to the pro leagues. By the way, you're gonna play maybe the top 4 leagues ever to play. Good luck.
Tough. Yeah, that's tough. And what sucks is, this is actually interesting because I look at this and a team like us who sometimes starts out kind of slow could be pretty dangerous, right? Because if you go 2-2, you miss the cut, it kind of slides you down for the rest of the season. One, for the overall ranking heading into World Cup is an issue, but then your draws like usually not as great. So this first event is super important for teams in Group A. Yeah, I mean it's important for everybody, but Group A is like
look at Group okay, you got Group B.
Okay.
And that's a decent bracket. Like the Canes are nice, but they weren't. They had a terrible World Cup. I don't foresee them having another terrible event like that.
Yeah.
Infamous, you don't know what you're going to get out of them, right?
Facts.
And then you got Notorious. Without me, Kovar, and their coach, they're going to be in trouble this year.
Without Kovar is a big hit.
Yeah.
Did they just pick up Brandon Short? I heard possibility of them
for Europe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Europe.
For Europe.
He's going to coach them in Europe.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then
Shout out to Short.
Ironman have like 11 bodies.
Yeah.
I talked to
They're
Shane.
doing
11 bodies, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know
They're
what they're
doing a hard reset over there for the
Sure.
Ironman.
Talk about a reset. And then you got, you got Group C, you got Heat. You guys are nasty. You got Revo. You don't know what you're going to get with Henry O'Mara going. Are they going to be better? Are they going to be worse? Like, you don't know.
Can't imagine they're going to be better, man. You just
You
can't.
don't know. Like, you just don't know. Like, maybe you don't never. I'm not knocking.
Well, you know what? I'm willing to make the bet because better would be getting better than a third place at an event. I will bet you they will not get better.
But how did they do the rest? Have you seen what they did the rest of the season?
Yeah, middle of the pack, but still.
They didn't make 2 Sundays.
Yeah,
they didn't make 2 Sundays.
So what was their overall season ranking?
I don't know. I mean, they're in that tier, so they're in that second tier, right? But if they didn't get that, if they didn't get that,
but they did.
But they did. I'm just saying, I don't think they made a couple Sundays. So
maybe. So 2023 season rankings, Revo was 8th.
And that's bro. And that was
that's a good over under. I don't think they're going to do better than that. We'll see though. I do think.
Are you guys rebranding the logo as well? Is there going to be a new logo that we're going to see?
Bro, they're trying to. So like, we're trying
It's
to make
it's another 5 for a logo or what?
Nah, so it's a 5 all the way through and through. What we were like trying to do was just change the city and change our colors for now, and then at the end of the year, change that logo because that's crazy. But Trojan kind of called me today and was like, "Hey, yo, if you're gonna change all this, we're gonna hit you for a 5-pack." So I said, "All right, well, we'll figure it out." So
it makes sense. I mean, they have all the banners and stuff that they have to make, and
yeah,
I don't know what that actually comes out to. I'm sure they're making a little bit of money on that, but
they say it has to do with the changing their advertising and
right. Exactly.
I don't get into the whole nickel diming stuff with that because it's like I stay out of that politics end, bro.
I'm just thinking that Miami Kings logo is gonna just be.
Oh yeah, you already know it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be looking good.
Yeah.
So right now we have the OG one up there, and then we got Uprising in the bracket.
You don't know what you're gonna get out of them. I mean, they've been having a really rough year. And I've been in their pits, and bro, they just look like just.
Which is crazy too, because they have such talented players, and they've all played so long together as well. So I never sleep on those guys, man. They come with that fire. They play really good paintball. Definitely a big fan.
And then you got paintball. You got paintball fit new guys in. Again, they were in the league a couple of years ago. They had a rough little year, but now they're back. So let's see, maybe they learned some stuff. And then you got Group D, bro. Like Group D, to be honest, to me seems like the weaker one out of all of them. Like, okay, like Impact obviously is nasty. Extreme is having good. But then after that, like, if you look at that third tier right there of teams, who would you want to play? Not want to play. You don't want to play the Russians. You don't want to deal with the Hurricanes. I don't know what the Kings, if I had to choose between playing Aftermath or the Kings, if I was on a separate team last year, I'd rather want to play Aftermath. You know what I mean? Yes, they had a great World Cup, but if so that's why I think.
And then we got Aftershock too. You just don't know, like,
who's
left? Come swinging for the fences.
But who's left that's like from a roster perspective? And again, I don't know what Todd's going to do, but who's left out there that's going to be like this game changer?
I guess we're going to see here shortly when the tryouts happen and everyone's teammates that they thought were on their teams go flying out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Kyle Berry's already out there. He doesn't have to fly anywhere. That's kind of nice.
They tried to take Kyle and Carter, and they both said, "No, we're good."
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my dogs.
And then there is some news that'll be coming down the pipeline of possibly, there's some big stuff that they could do. Let's just say that. Aftershock definitely has potential to make some great pickups and field a phenomenal team. So definitely curious to see how that
Adamson is no chump. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. I wouldn't bet against him. I'm still betting against him, as in like I lose to him all the time when I'm betting. Those damn fucking points, those homies points. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
so how many has he got from you? You do you guys are out by the paintball field betting all the time?
Bro, he's probably got me for a light 20-pack.
Yo,
he definitely.
I mean, it makes sense. Your judgment of talent and skill is obviously very skewed.
Okay, Miss Cleo, ready for this? Impact and Iron Man is
playing.
Cleo. Okay, Impact and Iron Man playing. Who are you going to bet on?
Oh, Iron Man. Oh. I'm going to take the odds.
Somehow Rabikov trips over a banana, falls over, and freaking somehow Iron Man win the goddamn match, and I lost my sneakers.
I remember that. I remember that. That was amazing.
That was terrible.
That was amazing.
Yeah, and somehow this guy, like, I swear to God, like, it was unbelievable. Rabikov somehow slips on these freaking bananas like it's Mario Kart. I was so pissed.
Hey, man. Hey, he's a smart gambler. I'll tell you that. The dude obviously has wagered his bets pretty efficiently on this one too. Because
he's a good dude. I met him. What was it last year or a year before? I heard the name. I didn't really know. Like,
we talking about Todd?
Yeah, Todd. Like I heard the name. I knew, but I never like actually met the dude. And then when I met him, we kind of just kicked it off, and he's mad cool. So I was like, "Yeah, what's up?"
So in the same breath that I hold like Lasoya's mindset, I would put his right up in the same area because they just have the sharpest mindset and really just like a winner's mentality. Which I mean, it's one thing to talk about it, but to carry it and be it is a whole nother thing.
Right? You got an it factor. Some dudes got the it factor. So like I got the it factor. Marcelo, you don't got that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, I feel like I don't even need to respond. That's how belligerent that comment is.
Yo, Marcelo, you're just lucky we're in high school together because I would be smoking.
Bro, fucking get in line, dog. In high school, everybody was clowning. It is what it is, man. See, that's your problem. You peaked in high school.
Peaked in high school, bro. I didn't peak till shit. I'm still peaking, boy.
He's on his way. He's reaching.
He's on his way.
He's
You're gonna
going.
get there eventually, man.
Bro,
You just keep going. You're gonna get there
happy
eventually.
we're at, bro. We got a foot of snow outside right now, so you don't.
Speaking of snow, these football games have been insane. You've been watching these playoffs, I'm sure.
Bro, honestly, so I never really watched football like that because on Sundays I was always playing paintball. So I never really got into football like that. So like dudes always talking about football all the time. And I see it like obviously like wake up in the morning, I watch SportsCenter on Snapchat, and that's how I kind of keep up with it. But yeah, it was minus 28 for Kansas City. It was crazy.
It's
one of my good friends, he won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. He was on the Patriots.
What was his name?
Joe.
You guys play the same position? Was he filling
Nah,
water?
he was a lineman. He was a D line. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He got it, bro. He got the ring and everything. It's
That's
cool.
That's cool.
Beast. Well,
Hell yeah.
Dude, does he play? You got to get him out on the paintball field, have him run around.
Bro, so they came and they played. It was the funniest thing, bro. They were just animals, bro. Like if you shook this dude's hand, it was like a bear claw. Like, bro, he's just like a big boy. Like,
yeah. Man, we're super stoked for David Montgomery, who came on the show, the Detroit Lions running back, who has been just smashing through the competition. They're doing good in the playoffs right now.
He had the first touchdown of the game.
Really?
Yeah, man.
He was on your show?
He was on the show, yeah.
Bro, so listen, I don't have social media. So like when y'all like posting stuff, I don't see none of that. You know what I mean?
Damn.
I just got the King's password like over the weekend.
You got to listen to that. You got to listen to that.
The dudes have that password, so it's not just me on there. So it's not.
He also he set the
paintball.
record.
Oh.
He loves paintball. Like he just started this last year. He actually just started out here in the Phoenix area. And he's been going crazy. He can't wait for the season to be over because he's like, I want to play paintball, you know? He can't play while he's playing NFL. But he set the record the same. There's only 3 people that have done it. First year with the Detroit Lions to do 1,000 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns in their first season. Him and Barry Sanders are in the same breath. So this guy's absolutely dominating out there.
Damn, bro. That boy's
nice. He's crushing it.
Yeah, it was cool to listen to him even make some comparisons to paintball and kind of professional sports, you know, and the NFL and reading defenses and the mental side of the game. You know, it's
funny because I was chilling the arena at World Cup. So he boxes. So and I've been boxing since I was like 18.
Do not box Mike Urena. Don't do it.
Nah, that's my dog, bro. Actually, I told him, I said, yo, we should spar sometime. So
with the gloves. Yeah.
He would clap you up, bro.
Bro, you know I've been training since I was like 18 boxing, right? Like I'm
rapid reload.
But your training, I just imagine, is the funniest thing ever.
You should come and find out for yourself.
Hey, I wouldn't want to fight you. You're way bigger than me. I'll concede there.
Bro, I'll concede
there.
I don't act like a tough guy. That is not my goal. But I told me and Rena were chopping it up, and we were just talking about how like boxing is very good for paintball. Like you have to make quick decisions on your time. You know, you only have like it's like here and there, like and head movements, everything. And we were just talking about that, and we were like, bro, like you have to make quick decisions, reactions, and we were just chopping it up. And because he was telling me, I'm like, yeah, I train all the time, and he was saying the same thing, and I was like, yeah. So, and I told him, I was like, bro, like, and it's funny that he left because when we were chopping it up, I could see in his face that he was pissed off, like that he was kind of running. Yeah, he
at World Cup,
and he, and he just wasn't getting the love. And from an outside perspective, right? And hey, take it how you want it because y'all winning championships and all that. So I can't say that what you're doing is wrong in any way or shape or form. Okay. But from an outside perspective, I don't think you showed him enough love on the field. But y'all winning. So
yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing to say, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you got Archie out there who's playing well. I get it.
If we're losing these events, it's one thing, but it was a tough situation with Mikey last year. He played in Texas and actually played over Archie and got the start and also won the MVP, but then hurt himself for Chicago. He didn't come to Chicago because he was injured. And then getting back into World Cup, he just kind of fell out of the flow of the season a little bit. And it's the final event. So,
ain't nobody knocking y'all for your decision on playing.
Yeah, I'm just saying
you guys have 5 positions that you have to fill.
Yeah,
play those spots. I understand what you're doing. You have a crazy roster to do it. That is not the knock. What I'm saying to you,
well, it is the knock. That's exactly what you're saying.
You have a very good player, right? And you definitely could have chopped him off some more playing time.
You can't say that though, because you don't know that.
It doesn't hurt you on the field. I don't think he hurts you on the field. I don't play with the guy. So listen. This is an outside perspective. How you commentate and you talk about other dudes and stuff like that, right? About other guys. So look, this isn't just me talking back to you saying, as a guy that from the sideline watching this go down, the Urano is one of those dudes I was trying to get when he was on DMG. And
Mikey's a stud.
so
no doubt. Mikey is so
dude.
good.
I've been trying to get that dude when he was on Elevation because I knew he was nice. And I was begging Bo to get this guy. You know what I mean? And so like watching that dude and, you know, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, honestly, like you play 2 lines, right? I don't know your system, but I'm going to presume you played like 2 lines at the beginning, then you tighten up. Or no?
Not at Cup. We were a little less 2 lines. We were more like 9 guys, 8 guys, really.
So what was it, 9 or 8, bro? That's a difference. So you playing 8, 9? Because Arturo
like the 9th. Arturo played great. He earned that spot in practice. He earned it, right? So I don't know. I coach a lot of teams and have had a lot of success coaching divisional teams, and it comes from making hard decisions.
Who'd you coach?
The Misfits Wrecking Crew. Misfits won 3 out of 4 of Mike Hinman's, you know, Premier League, which is like
WCPPL.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd they do in nationals?
In what?
Nationals.
Well, they only played 2 semi-pro events, and they lost to Blast Camp and Fit on Sunday. So they placed in like, you know, 6th to 8th, but I wasn't there coaching them during that, right? I obviously
good, that's still good.
Still very good. I mean, the team was incredible. You know, they started in D3 the year before, won the series, bumped up to Premier, won 3 out of 4 events, first team to do it.
That's good.
I know, super solid, but I'm just saying it comes like, and we've had these conversations with players on the team too. Like sometimes I've had, you know, a team of 10, like 8 of them have stepped up and been the starter at different points in the season. And it's about who's playing hot and who has a moment that gives the coach confidence to keep putting you out there.
He didn't even play, but did you play in the prelims?
I think he played like 2 points.
So then how are you going to know?
Well, because in practice is when it starts. So at World Cup, it's a different animal. Every other event in the season, I believe, and I'm not Skinny Kevin. I'm not speaking on behalf of Skinny Kevin. I'm just saying if it were me.
He's a genius. SK is a genius. I'm not knocking.
Yeah. No. Right.
SK is
again. This isn't
best coaches of all time. Period.
Yeah. This isn't about.
SK right there.
This isn't representing what Skinny believes. Because actually, Skinny loves Mikey like more than anyone. Loves him, right? And we all do. Mikey was getting so good. He is so good. He's the type of teammate you want. He shows up. He does the work, right? It was just the timing was terrible to get injured in Chicago and then come back for World Cup. Like you're a little bit out of the groove. And at practices, it kind of showed. I don't know if it was confidence. I'm not sure what it was, right? But we were earning like who was going to get the most play time in practice. And that's what gives Skinny Kevin like the confidence to play you in these big moments. If you look at our matches, I mean, we had 2 overtime matches on Sunday. So you say, oh, you could have given him a point. Maybe not. Maybe one of those points go differently, and now you're losing 3-2. I don't know.
Ready?
It's hard to say.
And I'm going to rebuttal you with that.
Sure.
Right. At World Cup, do any of your matches count at all going into Sunday?
Yes. Yes, they count.
And then what?
Absolutely. For seeding. Okay, hold on.
What's the score of your matches?
I'm going to answer 2 things.
What was your score?
Well, we lost one of them.
Okay.
And we won 2.
By what?
Not by a lot. Not by a lot.
Like
I don't remember the score. I don't remember the scores of those.
Okay, but
hold on. Hear me out because I'm not done. The more important part of that, hold on. The more important part of that actually is, and you see it happen too. It's happened to Impact so many times. They play 2 lines and then come Sunday, they try to go to 1 line and it's not flowing together. So those prelim matches,
Impact's a different animal. You're not Impact.
No,
you're Impact, bro.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
The same. Yes,
absolutely not. You know why it's not?
You're so wrong.
All right, and
you're so wrong. You don't even
tell you why from an outside perspective.
Do you know what I'm going to say? Is actually the thing because you haven't let me finish my thought.
My bad.
Happy to allow you to. You can elaborate afterwards. When you are playing in the prelims, and especially when you're at World Cup, we're already on limited reps on the field because we only have 1 weekend to prepare.
Okay.
Period. So every single rep that you get in the tournament is so important, especially next to the person that you're going to be playing next to when it matters the most. So throwing away reps in with players that probably aren't going to get that many spins Sunday, not the best idea.
How would you know? We
had 4 days of practice. We had 5 days of practice. We had 5 days of practice.
Okay, but look, this guy
2 events ago. 2 events.
MVP, right?
2 events.
For a tournament.
2 events ago.
2 spins.
We had 5 days.
Your standings.
We already had 5 days on the field where he got just as many spins as everybody else. So you're discounting that.
In this situation, in this situation, because I mean, you guys won World Cup. Yeah, you can't get
No,
any better.
no,
You can't
that's
get any
not what
better.
I'm
By
saying.
1 point.
Yes,
By 1
that's
point.
how close this league is.
Right.
That's
So that's how important these decisions are. And to say you're not giving him love is really a crazy statement to me, because we love the hell out of Mikey. But
No,
unfortunately, you're trying to make a
so-
decision as a
No,
coach
no,
how you're going to win.
You're not, but you see, this is what you're mistaken by love, right? I'm not saying that you love him off the paintball field. That's not what I'm saying.
I know what you're
What I'm
implying.
saying is, bro, you're playing in matches, 3 matches that really don't give a it does not matter.
They do, dude, because that is what builds confidence going into the next day. You want to be with. So there's so many little nuances. Like if I'm playing with
2 lines all the way into the fucking finals on Sunday, bro.
And you know what? It worked at World Cup. But the amount of times I've seen them lose first round on Sunday and then heard their players complaining about exactly that, because
they have champ issues. That's a different issue.
Harris, when you're playing high level paintball, and it's gonna be hard for you to grasp. Just hear me out. Just hear me out.
There we go, dude.
The difference of playing with somebody, they could be equally as good. Actually, it's not even so much about how good the player is playing, but me playing with Chris or me playing with Dalton is a completely different thing. You know, both of them are neck and neck in how good they are, but you know, me playing with Dalton on a certain layout is going to call for different types of play by myself, by him. We have different nuances. I know what he likes, what he needs. Chris, I know what he likes. I know what he needs. I start to learn his body language on that field. So if he's in the Dorito 1, he starts to lean. I'm like, okay, Chris wants to go. Chris, I've got this for you. You can go. Every single rep is so important.
That's cool. But to dictate the fact that the dude's not going to play off of 2 points in a tournament.
No, it's not off 2 points. I don't know. Well, like, why do you keep saying that? We had 5 days on the field before that.
That
5.
shit doesn't matter.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It does matter.
But no,
to say practice doesn't matter is crazy.
No, he's saying I think the 2 points during the event. I think that's what he's.
I know, but that's not what it was dictated.
Oh, if that was the case, Pat Kraft would never be able to play, because Pat Kraft is the type of player. Now, hear me out. No, hear me out. He goes to practice. He gets his ass whooped. He plays absolutely terrible. If you look at him as a practice player, you're gonna be like, this guy's absolutely terrible. He's getting his ass whooped. Goes to tournaments, he plays lights out. Okay,
happens to me too.
Yeah,
happens to me as well. It happens. I think it happens.
But here's the difference. Pat would not get that playtime on our team. I love Pat. He plays amazing. On New York, they don't have someone else to go to, so they go to Pat, and he does show up. He shows up.
He doesn't have a choice but to show up. He
shows up. He shows up 100%. But if he was on Dynasty, he's going to have a hard time breaking through, because look, come Sunday, who are you going to trust more? You're going to trust the people that have done it over and over and over time and time again.
Understand, and this is the point of view of difference, okay? I'm going to give that dude the looks, and if he doesn't do it in the tournament, in the first little bit that you're going to give him, because honestly, and I know you go by rankings and standings and all that other shit, right? But you brought this dude on your team for a reason, and this is my mindset. If you bring a guy on your paintball team, it's to play the fucking kid. And if you're not going to play him...
We've played him so much, Harris. This is such a bullshit conversation. We're talking about one fucking event, and it's World Cup. So look, there's
no, it is not. No.
It is. Dude,
no,
again, go back and watch film. Mikey has got
did you
time over the last 2 seasons.
Did you speak to that man and understand how he's feeling the entire year? Because he was playing behind Archie the entire year, filling pods for that man.
Mikey stays at my house, brother. I love Mikey to death. When we have practice, Mikey stays at my house. We talked. I get it. I understand Mikey's move. That's the thing. I'm not mad at Mikey. I understand.
Hey, do we have one of those train horns? Like that big red.
I don't know, man. The NXL starts their games with that thing. But no, listen. I understand Mikey's move. I absolutely do. And again, I want to be very clear. I agree with you. If it's every other event, like, you know, honestly, let's get the spin. Let's get the spins. That's why he's here. And if he earns it in the tournament, keep playing him, which it happened in Texas.
Also,
this is World Cup. You missed the event before.
Dude, Arturo had an event. I mean, the guy.
And he had the practices. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Arturo has not been getting the love on the field. Right. And now all of a sudden he had a great event. He's playing well. I'm not, bro. That's not what I'm saying. I'm specifically talking about Mike Urena throughout.
No, we get it,
bro, because I'm watching it, bro. Yeah. I can see people. I'm not stupid. I can read people's energy and how they're feeling. That man felt unappreciated off the fact that he was sitting behind Archie, and he felt like there was times where he could get more spins. Now, you have to decide as a grown-up, as Mike Urena, if you want to play for a team like Dynasty, okay?
For sure. Do you want to learn? Do you want to win? Do you want to – I mean, Archie's not going to play much longer. You know, so the plan is Mikey's young.
Sure.
It's kind of like the Packers.
How long are you gonna like, bro? To me, I know Mikey's young, but as an athlete, as a paintball player, as somebody that strives to be good, and he's not no chump, and I'm gonna agree with him on this. I'm not okay with sitting behind a dude for how many fucking seasons before you get like, okay, you're the guy now.
But again, this conversation is so crazy because he stole the starting job at Texas. He was a starter
one time.
So, I mean, hey, it just shows that it's not about anything other than earning it.
How many seasons been on your team?
It's about the team.
2020. Yeah, it's about 100%. Like this is coming off as so selfish.
I get that.
So
I get all that. I'm just saying, bro, this is an outside view, right? And you can be, you can be pissed off. I'm just telling you, bro, I talked to that man and I talked to other people, and I'm just sitting there as well as a fan.
Well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if he doesn't get playtime on Impact?
He's gonna bounce.
Okay, well, you start doing that, and you start doing that, and you tarnish your name, right? Mm-hmm. You start doing that,
bro. He's
when
good
it's not earned.
But that boy is good enough to be on a team where he should be starting.
Yeah, of course. What do you want to do? Go to Revo? I mean, that's not fun, you know. Go to the Kings, you know. I don't know if that's what he wants to do. There's something to be said.
All I'm saying is, Mikey has a very similar mindset to like me in the aspect of wanting to be on the field. Okay. And he wants to be that guy. He wants
for sure he does.
Yeah, he wants to be that guy.
He does.
So if he's not getting the love on the field, I'm gonna, like if that was me, like it happened with me in the Russians, I was getting the love, I bounced. Why am I wasting my time?
So where I gotta draw the line, because the team always comes first.
Yeah,
always teams comes first.
If you're outplaying the dude at practices and you ain't getting the love, and they're just not giving it to you because of something else, that
brother. He's competing with Archie, top 5 ever, if you ask me. Like, it's no knock to Mikey. Mikey is like elite. We love Mikey. He is elite.
Why do you say you don't love Mikey?
Huh?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
I know. I'm saying we love him as a player. Like, we're not even talking about loving as a friend. So, to me, when you talk about giving him playtime, go back and watch the film, man. Go back to 2016, 17, and 18 and see how much playtime. See how much playtime I got.
Bro, he felt frustrated in the aspect of that he was sitting behind.
For sure he did. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt.
So he was
no doubt. Unfortunately, I cannot say that I disagree with how our lines have been ran, because we won 3 out of 5 tournaments. We won World Cup. We've won 4 World Cups in a row. You can't argue with it. You just can't argue with it.
You can't argue with it, but if the man's feeling a certain type of way, he's going to feel a certain type of way.
Totally agree.
Then you agree on that. You as Dynasty has to dictate and understand the consequences that come with that.
Right? And we do, 100%. I will take the win if that's the cost. Unfortunately, I don't want that to be the cost, but I'm going to take the win every day, because as Tyler says, the team is first. And actually, I kind of don't love that this has turned into Mikey not putting the team first, because you always put the team first. Mikey is literally I know. I just want to make that clear for the listeners. I know you don't.
That was my next statement. That was literally the next thing I wanted to say.
Mikey is probably the best team player that you could ever ask for. I mean,
but he's also an athlete that wants to be on the field.
Absolutely, and he deserves playtime, and he's gonna get a lot of play. He did get a lot of playtime for us. This conversation is crazy, because he got so much playtime for us over the last couple of seasons. Like, I don't know if you don't watch the games, but he's gotten so much playtime for us. He just didn't get a lot of playtime at World Cup.
And I know, and so does Tyler, this game's a lot of mental, right? So if the dude is feeling a certain type of way, and players feel like that, bro, there's football players, basketball players that get paid millions of dollars.
I agree.
Millions, and they feel that way.
I agree.
So you ain't
Mikey is the dude is an absolute dog out there. I mean,
100%.
He brings that boxing mentality right out onto the field, and he's one of the best teammates you could ever ask to have on your team. So the fact that he's on Impact is a huge boost for that organization, because he's going to be a powerhouse for them.
Yeah, I mean, he has to earn it over Zupa too. Dave is
That's
Dave.
Right.
Bro, they lost Axel. I mean, Zoop might not even play this year. He's got work stuff going on. I bet you didn't know that.
Nah, we'll see. He's gonna play.
Okay.
He's gonna play. But if not, then okay, that opens up a clear runway for Mikey to get a ton of spins. And again, Mikey deserves a ton of spins. That's not the conversation here, right? We're talking about
I was just talking to you in general about because situations like this, you think this is the first fucking time this shit has happened to a team and a player?
No, it happens to us every single year.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. But it's not just you. But it's not just you. You
Yeah.
know, like it's other teams that have this fucking problem. And so it's just something to be talked about. Like, okay, like at what point? Because I see dudes, right? Like, okay, perfect example. Okay, I got on the Kings. I see this dude, Josh Calera. They're not showing this dude love. They're not showing this dude love. And I'm like, why aren't you playing this guy? We go out to our first practice, and he's playing lights out, and he's having 2 3-packs all day. And like, damn, this boy's on fire. I'm like, he always had this. He just needed that confidence. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the difference. And that's just a point of conversation to be had, as in, like, you know, when you guys are a top level pro team, there's only 5 spots to fill, and really you got to try to play, you know. And SK is going to go with his core guys, and then whoever's playing lights out on the sides, right? That's really how it goes. Unless for some reason that you guys are dropping the ball in the back, which you really don't. That's why you guys are so good. So with that being said, your closeouts are nasty. So if you come into that point, really, Dynasty's fighting for the outside spots, because you're not going to drop the balls in the 2s and 3s. You just don't do it. You guys are so good at that. The stats say that. That's why you've gotten as far as you have. The spots to be won really are the outside spots.
And really, you could argue it's the snake spot. I mean, Chris came in and absolutely stole the Dorito side attacker. That what a steal of a pickup. He's played phenomenal.
You know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off? I begged Bo. Chris hit me up on the phone.
Oh no!
And he was actually, I called him because I think he wanted to try to get on our team or something like that. And I begged Bo, like I begged this man. I was like, please pick this dude up. He wants to play right now. We could get him on the damn team.
He's so good, dude.
Bro,
he's really good, man.
Bro,
the way he navigates out there is really good.
Bro,
really
and
good.
they gave him the pass because he said he wouldn't fit in with us. And I go, bro, are you guys crazy? Pick this guy up right now. He is nasty. And this is the shit that would piss me off. Because
that's crazy.
Because I'm like, you're giving this guy a pass. Like, this guy's an unbelievable. And so where did he go? He went to Revel and he became the Dorito player of the year.
Right.
And I go, oh, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, he's an extremely talented player. And I mean, the league as a whole, this has been another equally as exciting offseason as the previous 2 or 3. And I did not expect the 2023 offseason going into 24 to be as crazy, but there's been so many mix-ups on teams and just crazy stuff going on. So it's going to be exciting to see, you know, your rebranding of a team, bringing all the talent there. You know, you got the Ironman rebuilding, you got Aftershock coming in. There's just so much new, exciting stuff happening.
Well, you know, the one thing I forgot is the politics of paintball is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. the little kid shit that you deal with on a daily basis of, like, you know, you forget. You're like, okay, like, how do you guys, like, operate? You know what I mean? Like, you deal with some of this shit on the outside, and you're just like, you know, like, I've been calling sponsors to be like, hey, guys, what's up? You know, I'm buying this. Then, you know, making some moves. And then you get some dudes that, you know, will show you love and other dudes that won't. So, and then you kind of see, like, the reasonings why, and you're kind of like, okay. You know, and then, you know, it's no biggie. So,
yeah, you got to keep pressing, keep pushing. Do we know about, is it true Jason Wheeler might possibly be on the market? I don't know if that's...
He's looking for a U.S. team.
Who the fuck is Jason Wheeler?
There we go.
You don't watch paintball like you say you do.
I do. Who the fuck is Jason Wheeler?
All right, well, he played for the Russians for about 3 seasons, 2012, 13, 14. He played on Nexus for a really long time.
Nexus was in like 2005. So who's Jason Wheeler?
I actually played with them in 2014 over in Europe, but hey, it's okay. My guy doesn't pay attention.
Put up a poll right now that if anybody in Nexus was still alive in 14, then we'd be like, no.
Bro, Clint Moore plays on Lucky 15s. Well, he actually just left Lucky 15s. He plays on Revo now, and he was a Nexus OG.
Is he
He's
good?
A Nexus OG. He's really good, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I gained so much respect for him playing on Nexus with him in 2014. The amount of like 1-on-2s and just crafty closing, you know, game-winning situations he pulled off.
European paintball is different, though.
I was against Impact. You know, it was against high-level teams, brother. Like, dude's fucking good.
No.
Heard he won a 1-on-2 against Diesel to kind of seal the deal at World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one where Rab tried to throw away that pot hit?
I don't remember.
He got hit in the pot and threw it.
Huh? Maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
dude, all I know is I watch sports. I watch all sports, NBA, NFL. I've been really into European football. Been watching, you know, and obviously I watch tons of
like soccer.
Football. Yeah, and obviously watching a lot of film of paintball. But the wild stuff that you see players do in all sports, Like how people go up in arms about like, oh, the pod, this, that. You should see the
100%.
outlandish stuff that people do in
the
other
blatant
sports.
like grabs in
Oh.
football. Like just if you're watching the playoffs,
Yeah.
like every single play, one of the defenders is trying to like grab a jersey real quick. And
I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying
Yeah,
in the fabric of sports, it's in everything.
You know what they're doing, bro? They're trying to get in that dude's skin, and he's trying to piss him off, and he's trying to get an advantage on him.
For
People
sure.
think it's like, you know what grabbing that jersey is like in paintball? Cheating. Wiping.
For sure it is. It's you got beat on the route and you're like, hopefully the ref doesn't see. That's the decision. That's the processing that's going on with the cornerbacks and stuff.
But
if you get beat on the route, you're like, it's either a touchdown or a 15-yard penalty or
You ain't never cheated a day in your life though, Harris. We know that. You stand up.
Cheating's only when you get caught, you heard?
No, cheating is cheating. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
Nah, when them refs catch you, bro. I had one this year.
Still cheating.
I had one this year, okay?
I don't know. You got a girlfriend and wife? What do you got over there? Go ask her what she thinks about that.
No, I'm not talking. Babe, we're not talking about it.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I had one where they tried to get
Marcelo, you're gonna get this man in trouble, man.
He started it, dude. He started it. That's all I gotta say. He
started
it. You started you start it every time I see you. You know?
If I come to Vegas with a black eye, you know what happened. It was Marcelo's fault. Bro. I had one at the event where they thought I got hit in the hopper. They pull a gross major on me.
Oh, I remember this.
There's 100 people down the damn sideline. Never
Chicago.
get touched. And then you know what they do? They go and replay it, and it was never hit.
Yeah. They made a bad call, but it looked like a hit. In real time, it looked like a hit. It was a bad call.
It was a terrible call. But
it was an important point too. I remember that
huge point, man.
But once again, watch some NFL, watch some NBA. It's like it
happen all the time.
It just happens.
I get reffing is a tough job, right? And I'm with that. But I think the league could definitely go leaps and bounds by eliminating that gray area, which they choose not to do.
What do you mean? What gray area?
There's a huge gray area when it comes to like pack hits.
No, there's not.
Hits. No, absolutely.
No. They got rid of the rule that it's
bro. They technically got rid of it, but if you look at tape, okay, and this is the thing, it's not a standard across the board. You look at dudes that will get hit and they won't like shoot their guns and they still yank them for a penalty, and then there's other dudes that the same thing that they get love for. And now listen,
you're not wrong.
What you want, maybe because you're on the good side of that.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, I feel
not
like
saying you are or not, but
right.
That shit does happen, bro. And you can't. I mean, bro, I'm telling you, I watch that shit go down.
But it happens in every sport, and if it's happening in the NBA and the NFL, I'm sorry, but it's going to happen in the NXL. It just is, and that's okay. I don't disagree. I definitely don't disagree. I see it too.
Makes the world go blind, kid. You should know that.
No. I'm with you, but at the same time, if the NBA, NFL, if these other leagues haven't been able to figure out how exactly to take out human emotion from the reffing side with anything other than the rule book, and then having follow-up meetings Monday after an event maybe and saying, look, these are all the calls.
They choose not to fix it.
Well, I don't know. I think Jason absolutely pulls them aside and is like, hey, this was a missed call. We got to be better. That is why they took out the rule.
Somebody goes to you and says, hey, bro, we got to be better. How many times and I'm not saying that this is Jason's fault because Jason works hard at his job. How many times has Jason walked up to you and said, hey, I fucked up?
Yeah, he has.
Right? But how many times do you say, okay, they'll fix it next time before you go, they just aren't going to fix it?
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is there's always going to be mistakes. Again, you could say pay them more, but my point is in the NFL and the NXL, the NFL's hot right now. Everyone's watching playoffs.
But there's gray area, bro. You could eliminate the gray area, period.
Well, no, it's already been eliminated in the rule book.
But
so
if choose to, bro, I'm gonna be real.
But they do enforce it.
Archie goes out there and he gets out there and Archie will go and the refs show him, like if he gets in the pack or something like that, they give him way more leniency than they'll give a guy like on FSU or the bottom tier teams just because
it's I don't know. I got a penalty for exactly that. Leaving the back center, got hit in the pack. I took like 2.5 steps still shooting. I was in motion and like saw the ref call me out. I didn't shoot anybody. I ran right off. It was a huge point against Tauntauns on Sunday. We're up 2-1, or actually we're up 3-2. And we got a minor penalty off of that. And I'm like, what? And watching in slow motion, it is like so bang, bang that I'm blown away. I got a minor, but that's the rule. The rule is if you have a hit anywhere on you, There's no obvious or unobvious spots anymore. Anywhere on you, and you're still pulling the trigger, it's a minor. If you shoot somebody, it's a major. If it's a game-changing thing under a minute, major.
But dudes are literally getting shot, putting their gun down, not moving, and still catching.
I agree. I see it. I agree. But again, my point is, man, you're just not going to have perfect reffing because you see it again. Did you watch playoff football this weekend? I mean, it happened in multiple games, where like on one end, it's a clear pass interference. And then on the other end, the guy's like getting tugged down before it's a clear foul and they don't call it. And it literally dictates billions, maybe not billions. I don't know how much money's gambled on these games. Hundreds of millions though, for sure. Yeah, maybe not 1,000 million, but hundreds of millions of dollars on these games.
I understand, and I'm with you. And I understand there's no such thing as professional, right? But only thing I ask for, standard across the board.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. That's all any athlete wants, I think, is for it to be consistent, right?
If you're not going to pull a flag because the dude wasn't like if he was shooting his gun, but you didn't pull a flag on him, don't do it to the other team.
Totally agree.
And that's just all that. But you don't get that same treatment. Like I don't get that treatment. I know damn sure, and that's because I'm loud. And because to be honest, the problem is when you some of these refs, they go when they play some of these European events or they go to Mexico and shit like that, and they're actually people like, oh, if you know that they're easier on you. No, they're not. They're fucking 10 times harder on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
If you know them, that's just how it goes.
I definitely don't disagree with you. How would you propose to Jason to solve that problem? Because obviously he has said, let's make it even across the board. I think you're delusional if you don't think they've had that conversation. So something's happening in real time where like the ref decides not to throw the minor or to throw it when it wasn't warranted.
I think there should be number one, there should be stats on the reffing itself. And then that's not hard to do.
Hell yeah, I'm with you on that.
To say how many penalties are thrown by each ref.
Yeah.
To dictate kind of show, okay, well, why is this one ref penalty prone? What's causing this person to do that? And
that's a really interesting thought. I'd never really thought about that. And it goes in conjunction with, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a new Instagram account that has made its way onto the social media, paintball_stats. And it looks like, someone is looking to bring more stats to the game. And that would be another interesting one to have in there, just documenting that kind of info.
And that's and like you look at that stuff and and listen, I'm not knocking no ref, period.
No, I hear what you're saying.
It's a freaking terrible job. It sucks. Yeah. It sucks.
Getting blasted all day.
You're blasted all day. You're sitting in this blazing sun. You're getting roasted in the rain, and you're sitting there, and all of a sudden these dudes are yelling at you because you fucked up a call or they think you did and you made the right call. And I get that. And it's
so hard to ref it too because there's like more so than I think any other sport
it's
really.
Terrible, but
there's
there
just
needs
so much
to be,
going on. Yeah.
At some point, and again, this is still a business. It is still a tournament that has stats and facts to dictate, okay, if ref 1 is throwing 25 penalties and refs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are not, why? What's causing this ref to do that? And then do you eliminate that issue and bring somebody else in? Because there is
or maybe the other ones aren't throwing enough, right? Like it'll at least give you data on why is this happening.
I mean, bro, they have 100 cameras out there for those sports, right? They have the cameras out there. Just have those, have the reasoning for why they threw those penalties, record it, and then they could sit down at the end of each day and go, okay, what caused this? Let's see what you saw that I saw that caused you.
Well, I know that they are hungry to do the best job possible, and we do have the best reffing that we've ever had in the history of paintball, in this current iteration. Because back in the day when I was a youngster, some of the stuff was, I would be like watching paintball games and like, what is actually going on?
No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Bro, there's stuff out there that you just kind of scratch your head over.
Yeah.
And, but I think there's always room for improvement. That's what I would say.
And that goes across the board for us as players and for everything, right? We can always.
You think these dudes are getting paid $5,000 a weekend to go out there and sit in this blazing sun and get destroyed? No, they're there because they like the sport. At the end of the day, they really like the sport, and that's why they're there to do it.
What's so funny is just now you said $5,000. I'm like, that's not even that much for that job. So I was like, they don't make that much, do they? I'm like, oh no, they don't make close to that. But it's like even $5,000 doesn't sound like a lot for that job. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible job to do, and they don't even get paid near that. But the
Harris,
thing is,
sorry, keep going. I want to hear what you had to say.
Nah, I just think that I feel like they do deserve respect, but the problem is sometimes they get put into a horrible predicament of why right? Of like, okay, like, and I've heard this from other refs, like, okay, well, dude, I made this call, and then Trojan will go and he'll have to like overturn it if it's a bad call. But then how does it affect the team and the momentum of the match and the point going on then? You know what I mean?
And that happens once again across the board in sports. But what I do appreciate is we got like instant replay, we got cameras, we got a whole different fabric of the game right now than we ever have. And I do also appreciate that they take the time to get it right. Now it does mess with the flow of the game, but that's going to happen. Like if you're watching these other pro sports, you see that kind of stuff happen as well. And it has to be a part of your pedigree as a player, you know, to be able to navigate that kind of stuff and play above whatever the situation is, be ready to go.
No, and that's what I'm saying. But I mean, there's always room for improvement. And I feel like in our sport, sometimes like, you know, there maybe some more stats should be made for that aspect. I don't think that would be a terrible thing to do.
Another thing we talked about for quite some time on the show is I think it'd be cool if Go Sports, you know, you give these refs almost a personality in a way that could go good or bad, but I think it holds them accountable. Like the refs should have profiles. And so it's like if they make these bad calls, you know, they're held accountable.
Well, just show them some love too, bro.
If you throw a penalty, you should be on Go Sports and explain the penalty.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love to have it if each ref has a mic on him and then the camera can pan to him. And then for that, in that little break, he says, yeah, on that point, we had this.
Absolutely.
You know?
Bro, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
That's not a bad idea. Somebody should tell that to, you know.
I have. I have for sure.
You know what
I think they don't have time with split deck. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I told? I told Tom Cole this. I asked him one time, I was like, yo, like how much you getting off like the grandstands, right? Like,
yeah.
What's it charging you? And honestly, he was like, at the end of the year, we kind of like just break out even. So I said, okay. I'm like, bro, how many players you got? You know, he said like 7,000 players. I said, why don't you just raise the player ID by $10 more, give everybody unlimited access to the pro grandstands because that'll cover your costs and then some, and it'll make a profit. And then this way, yeah, your player ID card got raised $10, but guess what? You can go and sit down. You can go watch your programs unlimited, and you don't feel like you're getting nickel and dimed.
I think that's how it is. I think they did that this year.
No, they didn't.
There's
Pretty
free.
Sure.
I think there's a free area that you can sit in for
sure.
No,
you stand in. You can stand.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to sit. You just stand in that little corner area.
I thought so. Is it just a pro ID card gets you into the grandstands then? Because for sure, if you have an ID,
pro ID will only get you into the grandstand. But if you're like,
okay,
you know, and I said, well, you know what that does? It just helps grow the sport because when you look over, bro, and you're about to play a match, you look over in the grandstand.
Oh, it's terrible.
People, you're like,
photos, video, everything of that is so bad. I'm like,
it's terrible for the sport. It's like watching, like some of those other
practice.
Sports where
it's like watching practice.
Yes, and that's exactly what it is. And it sucks because I know for a fact how many dudes would be out there sitting in those grandstands if it was like an extra $10. Everybody would pay that.
Well,
yeah. Also, a lot of people would bitch about the price of the ID card getting raised. Though
you already know.
Out of it, bro. You get something out of it.
They got the insurance out of it and they bitched like crazy. It is crazy.
But one thing you have to realize, and if you have any common sense, you put 10 people in a room, you're never going to get them to agree on anything.
For sure.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to get thousands of people in a room.
And if you play somebody one-on-one 10 times, you're never going to beat them 10 times.
Yeah.
I will smoke Marcelo. No, hey, you know what? Hey, Marcelo, we're gonna have to do this, bro. You know what? Hey, you know what? Even for just shits and giggles, I kind of want to see how nice you are at snapping because you're saying you're kind of nice. So I really am more curious now than anything because we get down and dirty. Like listen, I'm gonna tell you. Okay,
there better be a ref on Harris. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, T-Harm, what's the problem, dude? I went last year and I tried out for the Kings right before I got on the Russians. Right, I went and tried out. There was like 60 people there. Bro, I went through 40 of them dudes in a row. Pop, pop, pop. If you get shot once, you're out. I went through 40 of these dudes.
Hey, nobody's saying you're a slouch.
Nobody's saying you're a slouch. Exactly. 100%.
You're gonna come. You're gonna come correct. And we're gonna do a nice little pay-per-view.
My bad. What did you say, Marcelo?
Oh, I said you're nice. I've told you that plenty of times.
Nah.
There's just levels to niceness.
Get the hell out of here, bro. Listen, bro. Put Greenspan and Yosh on left and right of me and see how many dubs I catch, okay?
Probably a lot more than you do now. Easy bar. Easy bar, brother.
Yo, T-Harm, bro.
Hey, these are the goats of the game, you know?
T-Harm, put me and you next to each other, bro. That 1-2 combo is going to be unstoppable.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though. Harris, you got to be able to make the team first. That's how you get those two on each
You
side
don't
of
need to
you.
make the team when you buy the team. You heard?
Yeah. hey, buy in. Ryan says we're for sale, dog. So
Nah, we're good. Nah.
buy in.
Harris, I want to ask you, in regards to like stats, what would be a couple, maybe let's just say like 2 or 3 stats that you would like to see moving into the future for the players that like Maddie could use for showing numbers?
Well, I think, bro, they always talk about like, when somebody shoots somebody type of thing. That's a huge one, but like they never got that right in the beginning. Like you can tell when some dudes were getting some of those stats and you're scratching your head like,
well, there was definitely something going on because I know how many people I would eliminate in a match, and I would look at it and I'd be like, "Dang, I'm getting kind of robbed here," because I know I got way more than that.
Yeah, a couple years ago, like when they did do the stats, you're looking at them right, and they're like, "Oh, Harris has like I don't know, like whatever kills," and I'm like, "Bro, I definitely had I shot at least 3 people this one point alone, and 4 people another point, like."
But that's what I'm saying. Once again, this goes back to how difficult it actually is to really unfold what's happening in a 5-on-5 pro paintball game.
Couldn't the refs that are standing there just be like,
no,
that's
not how they ref. That's not how they ref.
7 just shot somebody. Like,
that's
bro,
not how they ref. Because if they're doing that, that means they're watching the game. You're not watching the person shooting and who they're shooting.
Yeah, and I understand that, but at least put a couple bodies in there to, because you can.
It has to be separate.
Refs can't do it.
Separate, and I'm not saying that that's the move, and that's fine to be separate, but again, then they have to pay those people to be there.
It's about 2 things. You need
thing too, bro.
And you need 6 to 8 people that are very competent, have a decent paintball IQ, so that they can predict what's going to happen and kind of like understand the game and see. And they need to know the field. They need to know what shots are even possible. And you need the same crew over and over. So when they had paintball access, that is how they did it. And it was pretty damn accurate. When my fan wagon was doing it, unfortunately, minimal resources, and Cena was hiring whoever he could at the event each time. And it was like 1 or 2 people. So it was not that accurate, but we have had pretty accurate stats in the past. It just comes down to money, resources.
Well, I mean, bro, listen, I will say this for the NXL, and people like dog in the NXL, this, that, and the third. But if you don't actually operate a business and see overhead, you just don't know what it costs. And I would presume that there just isn't enough funding for them to do it, or they would.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. You're talking an extra $5 to $7 grand an event. It doesn't sound like a lot, but at the end of the year, maybe that does change your books enough,
And bro, that's just one thing. That's not including, all the overhead it costs to organize these tournaments, payroll, etc., stuff like that, setting everything up, bro, like transportating everything, and then the thing is, people they just don't see that stuff. So, and that's what a lot of people need to understand, that unfortunately we're like professional lacrosse when it comes to sports right now.
I'm interested to see what paintball stats, because it looks like they're going to be doing stats possibly after the events, I think. And
it doesn't make any sense though.
I know, but it's going to start to build numbers on survivability. It's going to build numbers on different things like how many times they play, things like that. I think
what is in the Go Sports, because they already have the camera sitting there, like looking at seeing who shoots who, because they can see that clear as day.
Yeah, I don't know. We do have our boy Brian Catania, who is going to be calling in here. He wants to ask you a question.
Yes, and this is from the PTG Discord. If you get your questions in the Discord chat, if you have the most votes on your question, we're going to bring you in on the air live to ask the question.
So people are actually watching this right now, like they can like see this right now going down.
No, they can't see this.
They just know that you're on the show, and
they can hear me.
No, this is recorded. We're going to drop it here in a couple hours. We record and send them out immediately.
So he's just asking a random question. He's never even heard us.
Hello?
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh. Not
got
connected
him
here.
Yeah, he's one of the Discord members.
This is what happens. He's got Cricket Wireless. Everyone's talking smack about Cricket. Marcelo's got Cricket freaking Wireless.
There we go.
He didn't even get a phone call.
Start the roast.
Me on my little
Brian, you there?
Yeah, what's up? You guys hear me?
We got you, brother.
Yeah,
you are live here on Play the Game podcast, and we have your favorite player, Harris Hussain.
Oh, that's awesome. Yo, I'm so excited to be on here. Thank you guys for bringing me on here.
Of course,
dude,
brother.
We're stoked to have you, brother. Heck yeah.
Ryan, what's up, big dog?
Hey, what's going on? So I actually got 2 questions for you. So I'm getting lucky here. So one's a little bit more serious, one's a little bit less serious. We'll start with the less serious one first. So back in 2019 in Philly, you made a bet with Henry Sense and Revo regarding the outcome of I believe it was a prelim match at the time, and the winner of that match was going to be able to design the jersey for the losing team's Chicago jersey. Unfortunately, New York Extreme, the team you were with at the time, took the loss, and Revo designed your guys' Chicago jersey, and they ended up coming up with an iconic, awesome design. You guys were able to create like a little bit of a business thing out of it, which was cool. Any plans to try to bring that over with the Miami Kings now that Henry's over with the Ironmen now?
So I love betting. I don't foresee that not happening. I'm pretty sure we'll do something this year with definitely one of the teams. So like, if you know how we play, like NYX, when I was with them, we had a lot of rivals. I mean, there wasn't a rival we didn't have. So I'm definitely going to do that. I just have to, we'll have to see how the season kind of plays out, and see who we end up betting. But that's actually a pretty good one. I might have to take you over. And Brian, because of that, I might have to throw you. Brian, send send Marcelo your info. And because of that, I might even have to throw you one, dog.
No way.
Oh, you still got him? Yeah, it's because he couldn't sell them.
No, I don't have the Rebel. I don't have those unicorn ones no more. But the new ones, when I get with the Kings, I will send you one.
Hey, there we go.
No, I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. I'll definitely. So I'm 23. I don't know if you actually remember. We talked on Instagram quite a bit back a couple years ago when you were still with NYX. I had purchased a couple of markers off you guys. I didn't know if you maybe remembered my name, Brian Catania. If I hit you up on Instagram now, you'll probably see it.
I actually never ran that page. They would never give me the password. They would just hand me the phone once in a while to just do the live streams, and that was it. They refused to give me the password.
Okay, word. I was always under the impression it was you, but yeah, maybe it might have been somebody else I was dealing with.
Well, hopefully they took care of you, for God's sakes.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. They were always good. NYX is definitely, they're good people.
Yes, they are.
It's okay.
But moving over to the more serious question, if you guys don't mind me sliding that one in as well.
Yes, sir.
So
Let's go.
you would spend about 8 to 9 seasons with NYX before you had your departure with them before the 2023 season, and then for the first 2 events of the 2023 season, you spent some time over with the Russians before making the move over to, I believe it was Austin Notorious, for the next 3 events to finish out the season. Obviously, the transition from being with one team for a long period of time to being with 2 very, very different, culturally, dynamically different teams in a short period, like 1 year. What were like some of your biggest takeaways from that experience? More specifically, you spent more time with Austin Notorious. So focus on, I guess, your time with Brian Gray.
I mean, it was cool. I mean, so you kind of learn, because you only had learned paintball a certain way through one camp. And then when you go to a team like the Russians, you kind of pick up on a lot of stuff that they do. So like there was a huge language barrier there, right? Because they all spoke Russian. So then I had to learn some Russian words that just kind of like when they were on the field speaking. And then you kind of learn their training habits. So you try to just be like a student of the game. And then you go to a guy like Ryan Gray, who's old as Ben Franklin. So then you got to like try to figure out like, okay, like what does he know? And how does he operate? So, and they ran things a certain way. So I try to like pick up on what they did, but they really wanted to hear kind of like, okay, like how do you train? What do you do? Because they wanted to bring my like veteran leadership in. And then I try to help kind of guide. And honestly, I did that with the Russians too, because they wanted to learn more about the American paintball aspect as well. Like, all right, well, what do you do to train? Because they wanted to pick my brain as well. And so we kind of, it was a weird year because I'd never been on like 2 teams in 1 year. So I guess it was just a weird year, but that's why I'm glad to find like a home now and be here for a long time.
Dude, you crushed it with these questions, bro. Let's go.
Hell yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Yo, T-Harm, I think you're frozen.
Yeah, I'm definitely frozen, but I can still hear you guys.
You got great teeth. Great than Marcelo's.
Brian, you still there? Great. I think we lost Brian.
At least we
got hold on. Did my mic mute? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we got you now.
But yeah, I'm sorry. All I was saying was thank you very much. That was it was great. It was a great opportunity to hear your insight, and I definitely appreciate it.
Brian, who's your favorite paintball player?
Ooh,
be honest.
That's tough.
You just be honest.
Can I give you like a top 3?
All right, give me a top 3.
All right, let me just get like the tough one out of the way because I know it's going to make everybody cringe. Number 1, or one of the top 3 is definitely going to have to be Marcelo Margot.
Oh my man!
God,
it's gonna make everybody cringe.
I know.
Thanks, Brian.
It's like I hate to gas him up in the call like that, but you know, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know. Number 2, Stephen O'Mara. Just the way he plays the game, very, very dynamic. I've also, you know, I'm a Northeast guy, so I've gotten like limited opportunity to kind of talk with him and work with him one-on-one, and I just really like kind of, you know, what he was able to show me in that short period of time. And then number 3, that's tough. I think I might have to go with Chris Shear for, you know, very similar reason. I honestly really just like Chris Shear's story, you know, his rise up from being, you know, a guy that was bouncing between lower pro teams and some semi-pro teams to, I think it was less than 5 years being on the number 1 pro team in the whole game. That's, you know, I don't think there's many players that can say they've done something like that. So I think that's like a pretty unique story. So I think that's pretty admirable.
Dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Let's go, B.
Brian. Appreciate that. Even though I don't know if it was a compliment.
No, it was. I'm sorry. I'm more just meant like, I hate to like gas up one person in the call when there's, you know, 2 other people in here as well, you know?
Well, we know it's not Harris. It would be respectable if it was Tyler.
He said cringe.
He said cringe. Brian, you're the man, dude. Hopefully I get to see you out at Quick Shot or somewhere in the Northeast this season.
Hey, yo, bro, we appreciate you. Bro, I got the password to the Kings page, so slide in, and I might make a Marcelo Margot cringe T-shirt later. For you, so.
Oh, no. Don't do me like that. Thank you guys very much. It's an awesome opportunity.
We cannot thank you enough for being a part of the program and being a part of the PTG team, man. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Brian, real quick, before we let you go, dude, I do have one question for you. Are you playing NXLs this year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So
Nice.
I'm finally done with college, so I have that out of the way. So I'm definitely planning on being at all 5 this year.
Awesome,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Hell yeah. What team are you going to be with?
So I actually, just with, you know, like I said, I just graduated college, so I decided that I'd want to try to stay local for the year. So I'm actually playing with New Jersey Bomb Squad, which is a team I played with a couple years ago. So it's going to be cool to come back to the program and kind of like be with, you know, same program under the same coach with a different group of guys.
He said
Awesome,
cringe.
dude. he did say cringe.
Hey, congrats.
Oh, no, you're still on it.
Brian, Tyler and I will see you. I think we're going to try to set up another PTG Pro School out there. So hopefully you can come out, have some fun, play some paintball. We could do some Friday night action. Be a good time.
That's right. Don't.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, no, the PTG night was awesome the first time. So, yeah, definitely have to make it out to the second one.
Awesome, brother.
Heck yeah, dude.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the Discord.
Later, bro.
Thank you.
Later.
Yeah.
That's
great.
You need to get help, dog.
I can't help it. I'm sorry that
You need help. Yeah, that wasn't really a compliment. I don't think.
He was like, this is a terrible one. I think this guy sucks horribly. He's a weirdo. And honestly, I probably
and everyone's gonna think the same. So
he's like, I wouldn't let him babysit my kids if I had some.
That hurt more than any insult you've said this entire show.
Dude. All right, I think we got some more Discord questions in here. And then I want to pick your guys' brains on this glow-in-the-dark paintball. Have you guys seen this stuff?
Bro,
is this the future of paintball?
Bro,
I don't know. This looks crazy.
Legit.
Yeah. Like, do we have to play paintball during the daytime? Should we like, it just looks so good on the video. It's crazy.
It does. I don't want that to be the profession personally. Not trying to run around in the dark, but it looks sick. First time I got to play it. First time I got to play it
just to check it out. But I wonder if it's kind of scary at night though.
Totally. I played it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, back in like 2012 in Australia, actually, they had glow-in-the-dark paintball at this field. And so Ryan and I were out there for the tournament, and we spent a couple weeks traveling around doing some clinics, and the field had the glow-in-the-dark paintballs. They had like these little lights in the guns that activated it. And I'm
talking about a whole field with black lights all over. So it's not really dark. Yeah. It's like lit with black light.
No,
and
it looks cool. But you know what my worry is though?
It looks
bro?
crazy.
Like, you know how dudes like run into each other like you know in the daylight, bro.
Yeah, I don't love it
like that. That'd be real crazy. It looks cool though. I kind of want to check it out. I would love.
I'm just saying the eyes want to eat that up. Like when you see that,
No, it's different.
optically, it
Yeah.
just like,
No,
whoa.
I
looks
see it all the
crazy.
time. I go, I want to try this. This looks sick. Where is it? Paintball Fit?
That's right.
You fit.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Yeah, PB Fit. Cringe.
He's
Hey,
fucking Dr. Cringe to you,
young
right?
Stevie, we're gonna need a new emoji in the chat. We need the cringe emoji.
Yo, Marcelo, I might have to make that a T-shirt, bro. I don't know.
Go for it, bro. Again,
bro.
we can license it out as long as you pay me my royalties. We are good, bro. You know,
No, Brian's getting the royalties, not just stupid.
both of us. You better not try to use my likeness. It's actually worth something, you know.
By the way, I just want you to know, I know that you're a weirdo, so but yeah, it'll be you.
Yeah, but thanks. Damn.
All right, Harris, my last question before we get into the Discord stuff. What's your daily routine look like getting ready for practices, getting ready for events, getting in the flow of, going to competition?
So, bro, I train like 3 times a week usually. So like Saturday, Sunday, and then Wednesdays or Fridays, sometimes even 4. Try to get to the field, and just work on drills and stuff. I don't really like to do I try not to do the points really because it really doesn't benefit. It doesn't do anything for me, because when you get to a certain point of paintball, like you're trying to we really want to hone your craft. So we'll try to do a lot of snapping. We'll do one-on-ones. We'll do running and shooting, stuff that we can, to really try to work on to really hone your craft. And, that's one of my biggest things is trying to do as many drills. We'll do 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, closeouts, half field stuff to really try to work on that little inch, because what can make or break a tournament is one snapshot of winning it. So the little things, really try to hone on that. And honestly, one of my strong suits for some reason has gotten to laning off the break. So I've really been trying to hone in on that heavy too now. So
I mean, it's imperative. It's imperative for
and then
success.
we go and then we try to do it on a routine basis. If you want to master your craft, you got to put the time in. So if I'm not doing it, somebody's going to try to outwork me. Then what's the point?
Mm-hmm. It's funny. That's one of the first things. And if I'm coaching a team, or if you're one of the listeners here, or even the new pro teams, the number one, the what?
The cringe listeners.
The cringe listeners. The one thing you can do and work on immediately that doesn't require a ton of experience and drastically improve your team's chances of winning points is get good at shooting people off the break.
Straight up.
Period. That's the one thing that every team should focus on.
Yeah. We have this talk all the time because Keith Brown's one of the fastest dudes in the game, right? Chad George, one of the fastest dudes in the game.
Cannot run a paintball
gun. So when I'm out there, I make sure I line up against them, and my job is to really try to take them off the field off the rip.
Yeah.
And, that's my goal. Harmon, I don't know if you remember when we played you guys a couple years ago, on that Sunday, and it was
he probably doesn't. You remember, he doesn't.
Nah, it was one of those matches, bro. We played 20 points on Sunday. It was I think you beat us by 17 seconds with
this was in Philly.
Yeah. And
Philly.
Bro,
it was a great game.
Chad George
8-7.
Yeah, I took Chad George off the field by shooting off the break religiously.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those things you got, bro, if you can hone in on that shooting off the break, it eliminates speed all day long.
I mean, if we're talking numbers, it's 20%, which is a huge percentage advantage to really get good. And if you can get a couple, you're talking 40%, it's one of the most important things.
That's why Dynasty, and I honestly think that's why Dynasty, you guys have done as well as you have too, is your off the break shooting is very good.
I totally agree.
And and when you guys line up like that, and any smart team that plays you guys should be throwing paint back up the center and staying tight off the break. That's what I would do. If I was playing you guys, I'm not giving you shit to shoot off the break. Let's play 5-on-5. If you're gonna beat me that way. Don't beat me 3-on. You're not gonna beat me fucking 3-on-5. I'm not gonna let you do that to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you got to know your opponent, right? You gotta understand the entire situation, and that's one of the greatest quotes of all time: "Know yourself, know your opponent," and it's hard to beat that. You got to be aware. All right, let's go. We got Patty Rice from the Discord. He says, Harris, people have been critical of your game on the webcast and also after the departure from NYX and Notorious. Do you keep that criticism as a chip on your shoulder? Do you brush it off or even save it? Or for when you play, those people next to you, let them know who still should be here? He wants to know if you carrying that chip on your shoulder or how you're.
I've always had that chip on my shoulder because people always would be to me, they're you're not that quick. You ain't gonna get in there. You just can't. You're not gonna be able to get it done. And then we'll go, and you got a guy that's 5'5" that can't get into the snake, and then I'll get down and I'll crawl down, and I'll shoot bodies. But the thing is, what pisses me off the most is I have to do that countless times over and over again, and then they still like forget about it the next tournament. So then I have to reprove myself.
Always.
And that's like
sorry, Harris, finish.
Thank you, cringy.
Like I said, it's Mr. Cringy to you.
But like, I mean, that's the one thing that would always set me off, though, because it's like it would piss me off because it's like, how many times do I have to prove to you that I can do this? I don't need to be quick. I don't need, it's all about IQ, bro. And that's the thing that really used to set me off.
Yeah, but here's something I've said for a long time. So first of all, we've had a lot of banter back and forth. I consider you a good friend. I really do, and I actually do respect your game. When I have conversations with other people, and we're watching, I always kind of give you your roses, so to speak. But it does bother me that you talk about how committed you are, and if you were just in better shape, you would level up so much. And
no, 100%. You're right.
And so what is holding you back from that? Because truly, if you got in better condition, a little more agile, a little quicker, lost a little bit of weight, you do have the IQ. You do have great fundamentals. That's no doubt. But, it's that extra little bit. What's keeping you from doing that?
Bro, honestly, and this is the part that sucks, and this is what always used to piss me off, is like, my work schedule is terrible. Like, so you're always in the road. And it's an excuse, really, because I should be meal prepping. And so what happened was, I used to go to the gym, and, when I was like 18, 19, 20, eat whatever you want, right? But when you get older, you hit the weights, you get broader, you get leaner, or you get thicker, right? Not leaner, but you get thicker. My problem was my work schedule was so crazy that, like, I was eating out all the time. Now, all of a sudden, next thing you know, the weight piles up. And now, actually, I told Charlie, like, when I joined the new team last year, I dropped, like, 25 pounds. Before I joined the Russians, I was like, I'm going to drop 25 for y'all. I dropped 25 easy because I was just training, I was just eating clean. This year, my goal with Charlie is like, hey, bro, like, lighten up. That's one thing I need you to do. So I promised him that. So I'm already
love to see that.
Yeah, but I'm on that path to just clean up my eating, bro, because it's crazy. Because once you eat clean, like, I watch my pounds drop like crazy.
Quick.
I'm already down like 4.5, 5. I'm going to be by tomorrow, and that's only been like 3 days. And that's
because, like Marcelo said, man, you're a monster on the field, and your next level is just that agility, because
no, you're right. No, you're right. No,
and even in this current day, and I've seen you do it time and time and time again, it doesn't matter. You get the job done. But for those next levels, I mean, I think that there's definitely plateaus that you could still hit
totally
and really come in sharp for the 2024 season and just be hungry and gritty. Go out there and get it.
That's the thing, though. It's just pissed me off. And I will to whoever asked that question, bro, people are going to doubt.
I asked that.
No. There was a Tyler's boy that asked him on the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Calm down.
We're talking about chips. I thought we were talking about dieting.
Cringe.
Nah, your man's asked about a chip. Not like chips. You know what I'm saying?
Cringe.
Yeah, this is your problem. This is why little kids think you're cringy. Yeah.
Yep. So shout out Patty. We have March. You want to tackle one of these?
Yeah. Right. We're gonna go with B. Roberts, one of the GOATs. As a new part owner, what are your first season and fifth season goals for the new Miami Kings? It's a wide range, but what are your goals in this season? And then, what's the 5-year plan? Yes, is a good way to phrase that.
Well, when I used to do things, I always try to plan for the future. You never plan for the present. That's how you got to motivate things. And so, like, I was saying, hush, woman. All right, so, so when it comes to like paintball, my goal is to take teams to winning a championship, right? But that comes with like keeping your core guys together. So for the first year, my goal is going to be try to win or get into the top tier. That's the goal. Because
what's the top tier? Top 4?
No, we're aiming for that one spot. I didn't come here for a third place spot.
Okay, so first season is to win an event. That's the goal.
Yeah. If you ain't trying to do that, why are you playing? That should be your mindset, right? Like your job is to come in and, okay, the goal isn't to just place in the top 4. Your job is to win an event. Anytime I feel like you're not a competitive athlete if you're trying to come in and be like, all right, well, we're going to get 5th place. And if we get that, we're going to be okay, guys. Like, that's not my goal. Anything less than a dub is going to be a problem. Yep. But the goal will be for the future is to keep that longevity and try to keep the core guys together. That's going to be like my biggest thing. Because that's what you guys, really, if you brand off of how you guys have your longevity, like it's how you guys play together for a long time too. So that's going to be like the biggest thing.
Yeah, chemistry is important.
Players.
Yeah, that's going to be tough too. How do you plan on you know, if somebody does, if Connor Donaldson or sorry, Carter ends up, you know, really taking the next leap and one of these top teams try to steal him, how do you plan on keeping players like that?
I mean, bro, then it's a financial decision.
It
right?
is, yeah.
Because then it doesn't turn into family. Now it's a business decision. Are you willing to write a check? You know, like I don't play the sport for money. I mean, again, I'm in a different financial aspect than some people are.
Totally.
Where, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
this is how, you know, some guys, this is how you make your money. Like for me, I enjoy playing the sport because I can financially provide in a separate way to do it. So it makes, you know, like, and I understand that like there's, you know, like, so for me, it's a different mindset. So if some guy wants to go out there and write a check to Carter, and Carter wants to take that, I can't be mad at him. I gotta respect that and say, all right, bro, that's what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's no knock to him. That's him financially.
Yeah, of course. It just becomes hard to continuously build a team if you're constantly replacing your top ones, you know?
Yeah. Hence, Urena leaving.
Tell me about it. Dalton, Tyler, Urena. I mean, it's painful. It's hard to fill those shoes. I mean, you can't really. You have to change the dynamic of the team almost.
But you got to respect them because they're doing it for a check, right? Like they're doing it to provide for their family, and this is what you got to do. Like, this is a more of a, you know what I'm saying? You're doing this to provide for your family. So no person in their right mind can ever hold any type of grudge towards anybody for that, nor should you.
Totally agree.
And it's about winning tournaments. That's why I do it. That's why I think all of us sitting here do it. You know, we want to win tournaments.
I could tell though, you're the type of dude that if you did this for free, right? It's about
which I did 18 years pro.
Exactly. So you did this, bro. You did this to win tournaments. You didn't do this for a paycheck. You can tell in a man's face what they're doing it for. Marcelo, now he's cringeworthy, so he's like.
So what's the shirt gonna look like? What do we got? What's our ideas here?
I have an idea. You could just
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to take a
We could just you could just like snapshot this maybe.
What?
And just put cringe on it.
Just put cringe. There you go.
Stupid things away. You give him the green span, so you should give him to.
There you go.
All right, I got a good question here. Papa Sosh, PB. Shout out to Texas. Harris, what do you put on your cheeseburger?
I think the better question is what doesn't he put on his cheeseburger?
This is a test. How you respond is a test.
It's a big test.
Bro, first off, no more cheeseburgers. I'm in a meal prep plan right now.
Boy. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, I can't help it. I'm a broad guy.
Hey, and actually, if you're getting it, have yourself a cheeseburger. You know what I mean? Enjoy yourself. You go in there, you kill the gym. I know I'm definitely gonna crush.
You got a different metabolism there, T.
Bro,
you got a different metabolism.
Yeah, bro. You're not even in the same atmosphere. Like, bro, I have Pakistani genes.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, man,
you have I can't fit in my jeans.
You gotta take it easy, baby. It's crazy out here today.
Yo, Marcelo definitely wears bell bottoms. You know he's ref rocking bell bottoms. You know he walks into the club. He's like,
hey, I'm telling you, bell bottoms probably about to make a comeback, dude. I'm gonna go get me a pair.
Yo, you stop lying. You know your closet got 10 pairs. Why are you lying?
Bell bottoms, New Balances, Hormesis top. I'm thugging, bro.
I can't even imagine what you look like going out. Bro.
I don't go out, bro, so you don't gotta imagine it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying when you did.
I didn't. You know, never part of my life.
Dude, Marcelo's in Rip City, bro. He just won World Cup. He's been going out. Don't lie to me.
No clubs. No clubs. We're in board shorts at the resort.
Yo, I came down to Cali. A couple times and trained, and Marcelo was out there. And bro, this guy is the funniest human being I've ever been around. Oh my god, he gets so angry. It's so funny. Yo, my man is just funny. He's just, you know what though? I will say the one thing I did learn about you, Marcelo, you're Pat Kraft Jr. You're the same. It's
Pat Kraft Jr., huh? He's Pat Kraft Jr. Or maybe he's Marcelo Jr.
That might be it too. Yeah, you're right. Like, bro, y'all have the same personality. I told you that mad times.
Yeah, mad love for PK.
Yeah, y'all have the same personality.
Let's go. Both premier athletes out there. All right, we got let's see, Pate. Oh no, Pate, that ain't the question, dude.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, no, let's go. He's gonna choose me. But let's just ask him. Pate,
well, I mean,
I'm asking. If you had to MMA fight either Marcelo or Tyler, who would you pick and why?
Oh man,
You gonna go with the second degree black belt, or are you gonna go with the alien?
Who's the second degree black belt?
You're looking at him.
Your
That's
second
him.
degree black belt.
Dude, he will choke you out, bro.
Well, it's Taekwondo, so I did judo. It's Taekwondo. It's Taekwondo.
Yeah, he'll still find a way.
Maybe
He'll
a
still
roundhouse
find-
kick, but definitely, yeah.
Bro, there's no way you really took Taekwondo like as a little kid. Or
Yeah,
something?
from like 4 to about 22, I was in mixed martial arts. I did Taekwondo for 8 years, did judo, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's trying to find out.
Word. No, I mean, honestly, bro, that's cool. I didn't know that. But if
A lot of
I
people don't.
I'm not really like, bro, honestly, I'm not. Like,
That's why it's a silly question. It's just
You
for
want to
fun.
choose me. You don't want to fight Tyler. You don't want to fight Tyler. I don't care what I've done. You
dude,
don't want Tyler.
I don't want to fight anybody, dude.
Yeah, you don't want Tyler. You want to choose me for sure.
bro, I'm about. I'm
You got
about
me, bro.
peace in my
Peace
life,
and
bro.
love.
You got me.
Peace and love, man.
You got me, dude. You got the size for sure.
Yo, you know Marcelo definitely did Taibo Live or P90X. Why we lying?
Never in my life. You know, it's funny. I do want to bring it back to you. You brought up the relation between paintball and boxing, and it's so funny. I've learned this more from coaching than playing, because when you're coaching, you're kind of, you know, you're responsible for the play calls, and there's a lot of art in play calling, just like there is in fighting. And I have said to maybe on the show or to players, you know, imagine fighting. In kickboxing, you have 4 things that you could attack with, right? You know, you got your fist and your legs. Paintball is like you have these 5 points of contact, you know, and those points of contact are all of your players on the field, and where you send them applies pressure in a certain way and forces the other team to react in a certain way, much like a fight. So you do something to set up the next point, and you know, vice versa. And there really is a beautiful art there that I totally agree with you in the similarities between fighting and paintball. You know, even in the gunfight, there's that, like, you know, one-on-one back and forth of, you know, throwing the jab and, you know, reading, you know, how paint's coming in, what their body language is, where they're going to go next. You know, it's very, very, very similar.
I mean, bro, to me, that's why people always overcomplicate. I feel paintball, right? To be honest, we all go to the same 5-6 spots.
Mm-hmm.
It's and you can say, and Marcelo can think otherwise. That's fine. Yeah. But the thing is, for me, it's about who executes the hardest, right? Like in the position, for me, paintball has always been like a read and react thing, right? So like when I go out, I'm looking for those holes. I'm looking for like the counter punches of where everything's going. And then so I know that next point, where can I plug a hole? So like when we play the first one and I know they're not pumping, they're not doing something on a side. Okay, bet. I got to counter punch that side. Or they're not pushing the center, or we're not pushing center, or they're pushing center and we're not. Like it's all counter punching to me. So like to me, I've always been on like a counter punch type of guy. So like where, you know, you get the feel off the rip, and then you kind of know where to place the bodies and how to react. And after that, it's just closeouts. So like, I mean, bro, it's not like any team is doing anything crazy out there. We're really going to the same 5 or 6 spots, right? Like, let's be honest there. It's not rocket science. Like, okay, they're probably going to play at least these 3 or 4 bunkers. You have to play these bunkers because they're off the rip, right? Like, and then the other ones are kind of on a crapshoot. But I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, that's why, you know, when people will get frustrated about something, like, guys, listen, like, chill out. Like, they executed better. And it's just kind of what you learn over time, you know. And I've always been you know, when coaches or whoever tell you like, well, why did you do this? I'm like, well, it's because I read it a certain way, right? And I've always been like a reaction. That's why my timing is pretty decent, is because I feel I play paintball with like a touch, like you kind of have a feel for things. And you feel a certain thing, and that's how you kind of play. Yeah. But obviously there's IQ to it as well.
No, absolutely.
That's all that is IQ, 100%. You know, you're seeing things unfold in real time, and your brain's processing the move, and you call it feeling it, but it's actually your brain processing information that, you know, that's what's going on. And you do have a high IQ for paintball.
It's become like a sixth sense. Like it's weird. Like you guys know, like when you like are out there, it almost like it's everything just slows down, and you just see things out there that you know, and it just becomes, I think, just more like an experience thing. You know,
the best players in the world are using every advantage they can, you know, every sound, every sight to their advantage. And when you're playing it and reading it at the highest level, you can damn near see through bunkers. I mean, you can really just feel the flow. You can feel the paint. You can feel the pressure. you can feel the way that the game is developing and make good reads off of it. But that, once again, comes from playing pro paintball for a decade or 2 decades to, really start to get that type of level of understanding. And it comes from a lot of mistakes and failures and, the trials and tribulations.
Yeah. And it's the guys that, that have been here the longest are probably the guys that got into a car for 12 hours to go practice for 8, per day. So that's like the stuff that that's what we did, and that's how we kind of got into these predicaments we're in. So and that's just how it goes. And that's how I feel. But you got to have that mindset. If you don't have that mindset, then that's what it is.
Yeah. You got to have heart for the game.
Harris, did you ever answer what you put on your cheeseburger?
He said he's not doing that right
now.
You
can't though. It's like you did do that. Don't tell me you haven't eaten cheeseburgers. What do you put on them?
Yeah, we got to know now.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce. There we go. Any particular kind of hot sauce?
Bro, I really whatever hot sauce is really
wild.
Feeling that day. If it's Tabasco, Cholula, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cholula is the business. Yeah. All right, we've got it's a good one. We're gonna go with Alex Harlington. How likely are we to see you playing the one snake side?
Hey, bro, when shit's got to go down, and if somebody ain't getting it done, you're gonna see me over there. If it ain't going, if it is not working, and it has to get done, don't make me come over there.
I love it. I love it. You will get in there. We seen it.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you, PTG World, PTG Nation, for all the love with the chat. And Harris, dude, we can't thank you enough for dropping into the show, spending some time with us. And if you want to do any shout outs, now's the time. Show some love for anybody you want to do shout outs for.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Defy Paintball. They would really give us a big support this year. Lux, they're showing us a lot of love. Capital Combat Zone in New York. Legacy Paintball, Old Central Florida Paintball, they're showing us love. Bunker King, they're showing us love. Who am I missing? Freak Kids showing us love. Oh, Trey My Gun, they're showing us love this year. Bro, hold on.
There we go.
Yeah,
you got time.
Yeah. I think that should be it for now. If I'm not missing nobody.
And then if you missed one, you can hop into the chat. We'll send you an invite. So are you on Discord?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, he's got no clue, bro. He doesn't have Instagram. He's behind the times. Bro.
This will be a good way for you to get kind of your feet back in the water here.
Yeah, nah, bro. I try. I slowly do the IG thing off my team page, maybe a little bit here and there, and nice. That's about it. That's where I'm gonna be.
So, do you remember PB Nation back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a PTG Nation. It's like a chat room, and there's a bunch of threads, bunch of great people in there. And all you have to do is download the app, and we'll send you the invite and get you in there.
All right. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'll download that.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, brother. Nice, well, we'll see you soon, and good luck with everything with the Miami Kings, man. We can't wait to see y'all take the field.
I mean, I think y'all the first ones really to kind of see, hear about it going down. So that's kind of what's happening. So, I mean, I'm excited for the year. And so, I already hit up Marcel about practice, and he's scared on me.
You're late, bro. You're late to the practice. We have practice set up like immediately. You hit me up like 2 days
you know
late.
What? This
shows where your focus is, man.
This is where the internet is right here. Like this is live or recorded. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For the next event,
live, yeah.
For practice, as long as we don't play you, lock us in right now.
I'm not locking you in for anything right now.
You're such a baby. Look at you.
We need it. We need to see what you guys do at the first event. We need to see what you guys are
doing. The only thing that changed is I dropped. I mean, we caught a couple bodies that weren't playing anyway, and I hopped on the Kings.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you what is locked in. That one-on-one, baby.
Oh, I've been waiting.
One-on-one's locked in.
Let me know when and where, bro.
Waiting.
Let's go.
How have you been waiting?
Bro, I never turn down anybody. I don't care if you're a D7 player like Marcelo or a pro player. All right? I'm always
for the culture. For the culture. Let's go.
Hey, Marcelo, you know what we should do for real? We should do one. And put it out. We should record it and have dudes, you know what I mean? Maybe do a little pay-per-view action, bro.
Well, I'm holding you to your bet.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. You said you beat me 10 out of 10 times. Any price.
You're going to be really pissed.
Any price.
You're going to be pissed.
Okay. I just look forward to free money. So that's always nice. Subsidize my time playing on Dynasty. Thank you. Fucking amazing. Easy checks, dude. Easy
I'm
bread.
sorry. Did the 10-year-old call me a cringe or you a cringe? I just want to know which one.
I don't know. He called me his favorite player, so he didn't call you his favorite player. But you know what? You are you are one of my favorite players, Harris. Because when things are rough, it's always nice to have something to joke about and laugh about. So having the lightness in your
Stop.
Listen, bro, hey, man, I don't know whatever you're going through, bro. Don't worry. They got surgeries to fix that. All right.
Oh man, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Prediction for the Miami Kings. What place are you guys going to finish this year overall?
Number 1.
Mindset.
I like it. I like it.
If I told you number 2, I'm already coming with a losing mindset.
Yeah.
I appreciate the mindset, dude. I do appreciate that. I think if you guys can make Sundays and be contending, there's no reason that you can't have a shot. You know what I mean? Just focus on step 1. Get into Sundays. Then
there's hard working guys, so we're gonna make sure I don't want anybody around me. That's what a lot of dudes used to get pissed at me because we'd had half-assing guys around me.
Yeah.
And that's what get
no
pissed.
half-assing. Nah. Yeah. Going all the way.
You gotta be all in.
Can't wait to see it, man. That's it.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, sir.
Harris, we appreciate you, my dude. Talk to you soon. If you guys do decent, maybe we could set up a practice. Just don't hit me up 3 days after the draw, and you have a chance. Hit me up right after the draw, and we'll be good. All right, we out.
Peace.
Peace. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. If you enjoyed the show, please head over to ptgpaintball.com. Click the orange Patreon link in the corner and support the show. We greatly appreciate it. We have tiers as low as $1.99 a month. That is nothing, guys. It'll give you access to the Discord where you get access to the players chat and get to mingle with the entire PTG community. We have tons of different pros in there. Tyler and myself are very active, and it's an amazing way to support the show. We also have amazing other tiers. If you want to be one of the best, want to be a GOAT, sign up for the GOAT tier. It's the greatest way to support us. And each month we do a private live stream show, one-on-one kind of thing, to where it's just the GOATs, and Tyler, myself, will bring in some special guests every now and then, but you get to ask us questions in real time, live on the air, and you get lots of inside juicy news that we don't share on the show. So, as always, we will see you guys very soon.